Hi, I'm James. I play Vorag Kassar. You're listening to the Dragonborn Industries podcast.
Well, hello again, friends, and welcome back to Dragonborn Industries, where I'm Ian, the Dragonborn Bard, and we're back for some Starfinder! Woo! Woo! And the lovely people you can hear are my friends around the table. Who the fuck is back over here?
I don't know.
We've got James in the room!
Hi everyone.
Everyone say hi, James.
Hi, James.
How is your toilets? Free travel through space?
It's great. Just don't look in the back bit.
So for those of you who maybe are tuning in a few episodes in from the start, we lost James for a little while.
Yes.
But James is back. So we might see the return of Vorag, we might see the return of a new character. Who knows? The return of a new character, we might see the appearance of a new character. Who knows? I do. James knows. You guys don't.
I think we
Apart from
know.
Steph, probably
Well,
doesn't.
100% just on the screen.
Yeah, so
Return of the King.
Bye, Vorag.
we will get to that in due time because I want to chat to you guys about something. That's not going to be food.
No.
You guys are sat there.
Not interested.
No.
It's not food.
It's not food.
Because you sat there with your custard, your chocolate-covered custard creams, which we've covered before.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll let you guys taste them first, and then I'll pass judgment afterwards. And that's what you're doing right now.
Yeah.
I want to talk about inappropriate memes
Okay.
because I was thinking about.
So many.
As he spits cress out of his mouth. Oh my god!
Press is one of the most half things to spit
I haven't had
out.
cress in 6 years.
Biscuit. How the fuck have you ended up with
Yeah, he
cress?
said.
I'm eating an egg crust salmon.
Oh.
I've been watching a lot
Potato
of reels recently, and I send them to a lot of people at like 1, 2 in the morning, namely Alex, and then Jack, and then sometimes James and Emily.
And then Jack doesn't look at them, so you send them to me.
The best one is Alex, because I send them to Alex, and then 2 days later I get the same one back. He doesn't look at them.
You send them in such streams, it's like, I don't know where I left up.
And that's fine. It's just that I think I like literally do them to the people I think are there. But recently I've been seeing ones which are like UFC fighters. And like, they're very popular in America. Like, and last night one had me in tears, and it's inappropriate because somebody's getting hurt. Obviously they put themselves in that position. This guy gets kicked in the face, knocks him out, and his legs squat, and then somebody changed it to turn him into a frog, and he bounds off. And I was just fucking, I was gone. I was like properly crying. And it got me thinking about the kind of memes that we should and shouldn't be laughing at. And we've all done it, right? We've all, I can see Jack's face like, oh god, where is this going? But we've all done it where like somebody sent you a meme that you've gone, ugh, but you're also hissing yourself laughing at. And I'm
It's
not gonna
usually
say,
you.
or vice versa. There's people that literally 10 minutes ago were sending me reels that I also stream with, and I was just like, fucking hell, that's what I'm talking about today. Because do you guys filter out who you send memes to and like which ones go where?
I send my mum what I send you.
Or Jack.
She has. My brother sent me like a few that are quite offensive. You know, like the daughter my mum wanted
Yeah.
versus the daughter my mum got, and I had to realise that I couldn't be offended because it was very true. But the daughter my mum wanted was Margot Robbie Barbie. And I can't even remember what she Mr. Bean dancing, you know, the Mr. Bombastic dance. That was it. Mr. Bean. That is.
Yeah. So, I guess what I'm getting to is, who's the most racist now?
We're not allowed to talk about that.
No, we're not. But so I was howling at those ones last night, and there were a few that were completely inappropriate to certain audiences, and they were things like it was a UFC women's fight, and she gets kicked in the face, and as she goes down, somebody switched out for a mop and then had her mopping the floor. Yeah, and I was like, I shouldn't be laughing at this, yet here I am laughing at
because
it.
it's funny.
So I was like, what?
Laughter works on offence.
Yeah. So like, I mean, have you guys found things that you think you could probably talk about here, but you're like, oh, I don't know, what's the riskiest meme you think you're willing to drop right now?
No, none of them.
I'm not doing it on my first day back. I'm out. See you later.
This is a difficult conversation because our bar is very much higher than this bar.
It's interesting, right? Because the things that we won't say because there are cameras here, compared to the things that somebody will send me, who literally was 10 minutes before chat, somebody else from there's no one around here.
And it
So
wasn't me.
It was none of these guys, but I was like, fucking hell. Like, oh my god, it's like when the submarine went down and like those memes were going around. It was like,
I mean, that was fun though.
yeah. But I mean, so this is
Titanic too.
yeah, you shouldn't be laughing at it, but it's just like, oh, so it's like, yeah, I just like thought it was funny because it's one of those situations where you're like, oh god, I really can't say anything because I shouldn't be laughing at this.
But
But damn, and yeah, I just thought it was a funny thing that just happened to me about 10 minutes ago. So.
What meme was it? Was it?
No, it was.
Show some of the ones that we created.
But actually, that's something because we
I quite
ended up memeing each other, didn't we? For like, well, I say we, you guys weren't there, but we were out for old Tamsin's partner's
sorry.
birthday. No, you're fine. Don't say sorry to me. You're fine. What are you saying sorry for?
I don't know.
Are you okay?
No.
You're right.
No.
No.
Let's kill my character. Let's go.
But yeah, we had like all these pictures of us like half like blinking throughout the night. We memed up and was like
was good. It was good.
Rena Constantine when Caleb said that they died from blood force trauma and stuff like that. So feel free to make memes of us and send them out.
We make a lot of
I'm about to
faces.
Send you one.
Oh, show it.
That that my friend just sent me, which I'm not sure is appropriate.
I'll be the judge.
There you go. I'll send it to you both.
Same guy, for real.
I'll just watch out.
Right there.
Oh, that guy. Okay, yeah.
Oh dear.
I'm trying to
It's
find-
not that offensive,
Memes.
but I quite enjoy the precarious ladder memes.
Yeah.
And just seeing like how far the ladders go up before somebody falls.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things. As
We
well.
had a heyday on Saturday with the okay, let's go.
Yeah, so I really like the like.
Why you don't turn up to Phil's 5th birthday and then it's like Phil's 5th birthday?
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
I really like the innocent memes like that. And actually, my wife, we were lying in bed watching memes as you do as a couple, and yeah, it was like it's little things like cats in cosplays that set her off, or like just a dog prancing down the road. It's like the most innocent of shit, and she's gone for like 10 minutes. Whereas I'm like the most horrific shit you've seen, where it's like the Harlem Shake and people are shitting on each other, and I'm like, ah! It's just like there is so many dark places to go on the internet that I just thought, you know, let's open up a door here and do that. But speaking of opening up a door, Steph, who's just back from Dimension 20. Who I think played tabletop as well.
Oh, something like that. It was hard to tell.
I think we were doing it before them.
Yeah, obviously, like trend setting. Yeah, so I got back this morning from the big city. Woo! And so this week's ad is inspired by my adventures in London Town. Extra reads all about it. High quality 3D prints from Warrior Prints 3D. You there, sir? Have you heard the news?
Me? No, sir.
Oh, sir, let me tell you all about Warrior Prints 3D. You can find them at warriorprints3d.etsy.com or their Instagram handle at Warrior Prints 3D, and you can get such things as cosplay items, miniatures, terrain, anything your heart desires, sir, for 380 bits plus tax. All that can be yours and more. That's not actually true. You know, Rich does actually do, like, you know, modern currency. But, sir, if you are a follower of the Dragonborn Industry Starfinder podcast, you can use the permanent code to the stars for 10% off your order. So, sir, will you give me a shilling for the good news?
You'll get nothing like it.
Oh, thank you, sir. Extra! True story, I saw that in the streets of London. Please, sir.
Wow, okay, I don't know where to go with that. So thanks for that. And yeah, guys, go use that code to the stars on Warrior Prince 3D's Etsy's, or go through them at Warrior Prince 3D on Instagram. And speaking of buying stuff, we've got merch in the merch store, which is at www.dragonbornindustries.com, where you can get things like our Dynatech Industries mugs, this Node t-shirt, a hoodie that says Dragonborn Industries, all the merch you can think of. These socks, maybe? No.
Ian's OnlyFans.
That's on a different James website.
We're nailed it.
Nope. www.ianandjames.peggingeachother.com.
Island.com.
Yeah, okay, that's good. There's other parts of the internet from the early 2000s that we can talk about. But yeah, go check out the merch store. There are things from the Starfinder campaign from Penn's Got the Monster Manual, but also every little bit helps, either giving these guys a little something for turning up every week, a little well done, a little cheeky pint at the end of the week, or for me, hard drugs. The teetotal guy.
Did someone take a Codamol?
Oh god, ibuprofen. I'm more ibuprofen than man now.
Yeah, all right.
Or antihistamines, because
Yeah.
the grasping cup.
The pollen be pollen.
Oh god.
Cucumber.
Yeah. But yeah, so go check out the merch store. And also we have a code for rollandplaypress.com. And Roll and Play Press offer a load of toolkits that you can get, which come in these real handy small books that have loads of pages where you can just roll on a table and get little things that you need that maybe you didn't think of, or maybe you're trying to think of a character. Maybe you are being asked a question like, what's the god's name? And you need that on the fly because, damn it, so many people called Phil, Steve and Barry. So many. And especially Barry. Larry.
Every Tom, Dick and
Gary.
Harry.
Harry. You know, you can have names like Neymar. Among many others. I genuinely think that is one of the names in here, because that's where I got Epo and Neymar from. Was in the... really selling that way. But you can use the affiliate code... affiliate code Dragonborn10 on their website for 10% off. But apart from that, are you guys ready to...
Rumble?
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
No.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Well, let's roll.
Down the
credits.
steps.
Arriving at Outpost Z, the crew of the Orion's Hope disembark and make their way into this old astral mining refiner, now repurposed as an outpost for the Aslanti Star Empire here in the NIS system. Before the crew can even get a chance to look around and investigate, their alien presence is noticed by a group of local ruffians, and they are mugged, essentially, or they attempt to mug the crew in an attempt to show force, maybe. The crew easily deal with these reprobates, and having been shown no mercy to these 4 delinquents. And as soon as the last one is felled, Station U speed out from their hiding places to begin picking clean the bodies of these unsavory thugs. And with this, the station people begin carrying on their daily lives like this is a very common situation. Nobody cleaning up the bodies, nobody really caring that somebody was just murdered. And a man approaches the group, wearing pretty simple clothing, and announces, well, that was definitely one way to make an entrance. And that is where we jump into today's session. These 4 dead muggers lie in various states on the floor, some in pieces, some filled with laser blast holes, youth scrambling through their pockets and gear, and the remains as quick as they can, and then they are out again, running away. And I hand over to you, the players.
You say that the youths were scavenging the bodies that were just...
Yeah, like young teenagers and like of different races that you may or may not know. And it's like almost like street urchins in a way. You know, you don't know if they're part of a gang, you don't know if they're part of a racketeering group, you don't know if they're just orphans or just people who are just looking to get by. Certainly really young, but they just, as soon as people go down...
They're not even waiting for us to go.
No, they are just fucking running in and just starting to try and go through pockets and start trying... They're not even going for weapons, they're just going through pockets. And you see people like trying to take cred sticks away and stuff like that.
If they're not going for weapons, I'd like to go for the staff that one of them always had.
Yeah. So they all carry a. It is called a lesser shadow staff, I believe it is. I'll have to double check that, but it's a lesser shadow staff. There's 4 of them.
I'm gonna body the youth.
Yes, if you want to, you maybe like grab hold of like one of the younger ones as they're like trying to like rifle some thing out of the pockets of these guys. They're trying to like rip data pads off them and stuff. What would you like to do?
I'm in need of a health potion anyway to regain stamina points or credit sticks.
I did say at the end of last I was going to heal you as well.
Oh, good. I need thank.
So you're going to spend 10 minutes doing that.
Yep.
But
I'll get stuff first.
in this moment, give me an intimidation check.
Hopefully she got.
Can I help out? I think Kaz...
What do you want to do to help out?
Kaz has probably still got his sword out. and he'll just sort of go, hey, finders keepers. Half for you, half for us.
But Kaz is not intimidating.
Hey, he's trying.
So you can aid in the check.
Yeah,
so you can roll a DC 10 intimidation check.
Puff out your cheeks, Kaz, it'll help. There you go. Gonna help Kaz, helping.
If you've got intimidation as a skill, you can also aid Skelkin as well.
Cool, I'm gonna prep particularly Kaz on that. Come on, you can do it, boy.
I've already rolled.
Do you pass the 10?
I did.
Yeah.
Intimidation, it's very low, but my intimidation's very high. Where's that gone?
I've got 19.
19, then you're going to get a plus.
That'll be the one. 15.
So you're going to get another +2 to this, so that's a 21, which takes you past the DC threshold of 20 for something that is, there are set DCs for how much you're going to get out of this. And one of them, as you go to say that, is like, fuck off, Grandpa! And then you step up and you're behind them, and they go to turn and they like bounce into you, and then you're there as well, and you just got them by the back, like, sorry, and they just drop 2 cred sticks in their hands, and maybe like a small pouch of like half-eaten rations, like some jerky of some kind that was in the pocket as well.
Take the jerky.
Thank you.
Oh, it's yours. Maybe they're like they're a halfling, but they look a bit odd. They've got like scales on their cheekbones, and they have 2 tentacles. You think it's a goatee at first, and they're older, but it's actually a child, and there are these like little octopus-like tentacles that are writhing around. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, they're all yours, it's all yours.
Can
And the
I
rest of the skull.
see how much there are on the cred sticks, like in an instant kind of thing, like data pad?
Yeah, you can press the button, you can check it out.
Can I
It's
see
about
how much there was?
250 credits total.
Can I leave like 20 credits on one?
Yeah.
And then give it to
No, you don't get to take over what I'm doing. I'm looking for credit sticks.
Okay.
You helped me.
Wait, if you,
intimidate them.
I'm
Fair
in the
enough.
process of doing it.
Yeah, he's like, fuck off, Grandpa, and then he's like, I'll drop anything to you. There is about 250 on those cred sticks.
Yeah, I'm gonna take them.
Yeah.
I nearly died.
And you just like let him go,
Oh, the kid? Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna bully him any further.
and he just like
I
he
might
hits the
give-
ground.
I might give him a packet of my rations as compensation for me being a bitch, but I'm feeling angry. I want the money. I want some potions.
I think before you can even give him any rations,
runs away.
he scampers the floor. Unless anybody's
Whatever.
stopping him, he just like.
I'm not gonna stop
skitters
the
away.
poor guy.
But you can have 250 credits to your
Can I
character
stop
sheet.
him with the scruff of his neck?
Same one, yeah.
Yeah.
Give me an
Force
an
bully
athletics
this
check,
child.
just to straight up.
18.
Yeah, easily.
I'm gonna
You, like-
turn into Skalk and just be like, you take the nice lady's rations.
I mean, okay. Thank you kindly, man.
How many of them are there? Because I probably
Probably only this one that's left. The rest of them have all been like rifling through pockets. They're in and out like that. They are quick. They are used
But
to
like,
this.
assuming they're a group, right? So like, if there were 5 of them, I would give him 5. Like, I
Cool.
have enough.
Yeah.
I don't want to be a complete cunt, but Russians do not cost 250.
Yeah. He's like, doesn't really say much. He's just like
He
trying
doesn't
to
need to say anything.
let go. He's trying to get out of Rusa's grip. I mean, I'll make a check, but he's not going to know.
Can I like, how does he do it? Like, ask him what the deal is with this place, but be like, you know, like, who's the boss around here or whatever? Who are you working for or?
Give me a persuasion check, or you can intimidate.
I'll do intimidate. Oh, that's 20 for a 27.
Natural 20. Start of the night.
See, that's how you do it, Kaz.
Look, I'm learning and trying. Okay.
Do you do anything in particular to
Maybe I take a knee
Yeah.
and I'm just like, look, we're you probably haven't seen us before. We're new to here. What do we need to know to get by?
So you're intimidating by asking politely.
When you said take a knee,
Yeah.
But you puff out your cheeks, right? At least.
Got his attention.
He. Just need to get a piece of information.
I can't understand.
Maybe
Fucking
something
hell.
overly nice in such
Yeah.
a way that it comes across it.
That's a good
Yeah, it's like, what do you want?
We don't want no trouble
Yeah,
around here.
nobody's that nice.
Yeah.
Right, apparently I have no rations, but I know that's not true. So
They're on the ship.
30,000.
If they're on the ship, then you would have to go back to get them. But
I don't recall putting them on the ship.
pretty sure you've stocked the ship rather than putting them on your character sheet.
Yeah.
I bought them for myself personally.
If they're not on your character sheet, I'm going to say that you don't have them.
Don't worry about those rations.
I will say they're happily on the ship.
There is jerky on the floor.
Hey.
To which end I just need.
Take your bag of jerky and fuck off.
Yeah, sure.
I probably did.
Is that how you intimidate at the edge? You jerk.
Why on earth would I need it on my person instead of on the ship? I don't know, use your brain.
It's alright, all my salads are on the ship.
Yeah, along with all my food as well, because I've lost my brain through my nostril.
Very specific.
Mummification.
Which nostril?
You know, have you not seen the Joker film?
I have lost my one piece of
Dark
information.
Knight, sorry,
Needed.
not the Joker. I
2
can't
seconds,
bother to
guys.
read my notes, so I'm going to say they're on the ship. Youth gets no rations.
No rations.
You
for
get like an empty bag, like, here.
There's nothing in there. Be
Youth
thankful.
get
Exactly.
Get what you get.
Street urchins.
Street rats.
I don't have compassion now.
I'm not here.
Then shut up.
It's just the voices inside your head.
Fucking Borat.
Still stuck on a ship, shitting in a corner somewhere.
Essentially, what they will say is,
funny,
it's under Islamic rule. It's just an old mining station. The fucking, and he would give you a name, and I'm going to find that for you afterwards. And he says, she doesn't even stay here. She
Doesn't even go here.
Yeah, and like he basically would go and say like she doesn't care about us. We're just nothing on the edge of space.
I'll be like, all right, kid. Well,
Just trying to get by. It's just
be off now, you hear?
fucking. And he just you let go. He runs, but you get this human male comes up to you, Bo. He's got shaven sides of the head. It's like a short white mohawk. He's wearing a red jacket with this like lights. Well, it's like a dark blue shirt with these little panels of slightly lighter blue armour. He's wearing like cargo trousers and he's got 2 pistols at either side. And he's just smiling. It's like, it gets you a bit rough around these parts, but
I completely forgot he was there. I was just asking.
Yeah.
he was just watching and just happily smiling. He's like, I trust that the shipments come in time and we can get the repairs to the other vessels done, right, guys?
Yes.
Oh, is it
Completely. Yep, absolutely. Everything is. I'm going to pull out my briefcase and like some papers. Yep, everything's up to code. Definitely. Yep, all ready to go.
Well, if you want to follow me, then I'll take you to the workshop and we'll see if you've got the right components that we need.
Cool.
Holding all these sticks.
So, if you are searching the body,
Yeah,
by the way,
basically.
there are 4 lesser shadow
In the mouth.
They actually have a name.
I think it is.
Shadow Spear.
Shadow
Yeah.
Spear.
Yeah, Shadow Spear, lesser. And then,
Bulk is
I
an
will
issue,
acquire
so I'm
those.
not going to take any of the weapons.
cool. Who's carrying the 4 of those? Okay. They are wearing freebooter 1 armor, which is like this kind of shit armor, basically, that you pretty much, I'm pretty sure you've all got better armor than freebooter 1.
I
I'm not
definitely
going to.
Oh, I'm
wear
not sure if
anyone
I do.
else's Sweaty armor.
Then there is also, you've got the 250 off that guy there. There'd be another 300 credits on the one that was the leader. He's also wearing a red cape. It's like a little shoulder cape.
Yes, please.
It is a little bit smeared in blood, where a certain Aspraxa cleaved a guy in half and his chest went.
I won't have it said.
And that is about all you find. There's not much else on these guys. The lesser shadow staffs act as both a melee weapon and a ranged weapon.
If anyone else wants the other cred stick, I've claimed the 250,
I
but
wouldn't say no to taking some money.
I
That's
probably
true.
don't need to claim both.
I think now's the time that you can actually start building your own little finances up.
It would be good
Quite
if
lovely.
you
Hire your
Do you want to take the stuff out of
holding
your
the
mouth?
stuff in my mouth.
Shelton, you're not healing.
Don't talk with your mouth full.
Do you want healing, Skelton?
Only if you can heal my stamina.
Well,
points.
shall we get
I
where we're going. This place can be a little bit rough, but
Sure, if we're not going to get attacked again.
nah, you'll be
should be.
fine. It's people just throwing their weight around.
There's
Either
a
way.
lot of weight.
You guys handled it pretty well. But let's get the shipment all sorted out and get you guys on your way again. You don't want to hang around these parts too long. And he starts walking back away from this gantry system and across this old refining belt floor, and leads you down a few sections of what was once probably some kind of piping system that's been retrofitted into these corridors. You can see that they're still rounded, and where there was these pipes before, a lot of them have been cut out to create like a makeshift corridor, but it's still got these jagged parts to them. You can tell that this place has obviously just been repurposed. There is no glamour to it, there is no cleanliness to it, it is just rusted. The air is just stagnant and warm. You can tell it's being recycled again and again and again and again. And you are led down a few levels, and the space station is not that big, so it's not going to take as long as it takes like Alstom Station to traverse. You're talking like 30 minutes and you could probably cover top to bottom or left to right. It is that small in comparison. And you led down a few levels and you find this, what was once a ore holding facility. And you've got to think these things mined out asteroids and dead planets. So these holding essentially buckets, these big balls, are massive. But it's been... You're right over there, guys.
I think Steph's having a problem with the big, massive balls.
So I was just thinking about massive balls.
I'm going to leave you with that. And they are...
We are but children.
And we're going to try and carry on without the childish massive balls.
Yes, Steph.
And
No regrets.
Right.
No regrets.
part of the floor where it should be bowed in or concave, anything other than balls,
Well, yeah, with those big balls.
yeah,
Fun fact about rats.
has been polished to a smooth stone finish. And then they built extra buildings around them. You've almost found like a town market area or centre or a communal area that people tend to come to, and this is the most civilized bit you've found. And even on the way through, it just seems like there's like homeless people, kids, and people live in like the alcoves of the walls if they don't have one of these places to live in, and it's just quite a poor, impoverished area. As you reach this particular crux of civilization, the only thing that you've seen for ages here, there are a few places of note. Some of them are a small shop that maybe has like this really large alien-looking being that has these massive tusks that come out like scythes around its face, handing out food from a small window. And it seems that people are offering them something and then they get food in return. Like, this is how maybe some of the trade is done here. And there are two other places of note. There are two bars. One of them is very busy, and it has a picture of a green oval with a red gemstone in the middle of it. And then it's got a holographic word that says Clockworks that circles it like the rings on a planet. You see many different people entering and leaving this establishment with metal cylinders like vials that steam with some kind of beverage that they knock back and they stumble around. And this person with you is like, that there is Clockworks. It's an Islandi bar. It's not the accent I was going for.
I was going to say it was Scottish font.
It was. He is supposed to be Scottish. It's I'm gonna keep
Gonna
reading
get
now.
back into it. Murder.
It's an Islandi bar, and we're going to Hoppish Place, and you were taken just off the main area to where you see a small wooden circle hanging like an old tavern out from a rusted wall, where there is a very small neon tree, but then this wooden sign that has a hand-painted, like a finger-painted planet on it, and then a frog in a spacesuit. And that's all it is. And it's just a tiny little door, and there's like steam or something coming out from underneath it, and this human just presses the door, slides open, and just mist exits from it, and he just walks straight on in.
All right, I'll go in. Is it like sort of like sauna steam?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's warm, very very warm.
Mind your pause.
Feel myself opening up already.
It's
not
very
the place to
immediately
learn
gets
that.
matted.
Oh, I can imagine actually instead of batting, it's like.
Yeah, just really curly.
Humidity.
My hair, no.
So if you all follow inside, the lighting changes from this very yellow and flickering broken lights outside to a more natural feel. There's more of an underlighting to this particular place, and you step in and it's almost like you're stepping into a forest or a jungle of some kind. There are actual trees in here that seem to like crawl up the walls. There is a heavy, dense, wet fog that just lies everywhere, and you can only just see above it, those of you who are about 3 foot and over. Anybody less than that, you are going to be sort of in there. The canopy just covers everything. There is no light from above, and there are just lights somewhere in the mist at the floor that seem to then shine through the fog. You know when like you shine your lights in fog and it just goes everywhere? It's like that, so you can't really see through it, but you can. And this human like parts the fog as he moves forward through it, and then happens to come across this large tree trunk that's lying on its side, and then has the top of it now planed flat. Behind him, or behind that, is almost like a weave of branches that's been turned into like a makeshift shelf, where there are bottles of different coloured liquids all over the place, and it's less organised. It's like one's up here, one's down here, and it's just this very natural looking environment. The humidity in here is unreal. It is almost hard to breathe. But he strides through and he pulls up a short toadstool and sits on it and just taps at the bar.
This place is amazing.
What is this place? I've never seen anything like it before.
This is Hopper's place. This is a little taste of Koshoria here on Outpost there, the shithole in the middle of nowhere.
Do I? You go.
What's the temperature like?
What?
No, like on Koshoria, if he said it's.
This is only a little piece of Koshoria.
So we're being sent to our deaths.
No. Oh no.
It's not unbearable, but it is.
Is Calyx loving it?
Is it like the tropical
I mean,
biome at Eden?
Fuck me.
Yes,
We're gonna
but
Even if I'm sweating, I am still so excited
you
by
know-
all plant life.
yeah, and you know for a fact that Cassiopeia, where you're from, it isn't this humid or climate, but there's some of the jungles where some other creatures live. It is this warm. Yeah, it's like any
Why
ecosystem.
did I think it would just be the same
And
temperature?
Do I recognise any of the plants? And if I do, are any of them edible?
so, give me a survival check.
I will just try to survive, not dying.
No surviving.
It's gonna be hard boiled.
Your hard-boiled egg, 5, and my leather suit.
Fine. Not this bit, and I think that's fair enough. I don't think you would have left the town area really that
I'm
much.
going to lick at least one of the plants.
Yeah, they're real.
I want to like it.
And they are really nice. And this human's just sat at the bar, and yeah, I mean, do you guys join them? Do you wander around? You can't really see how big the room is either. It's almost like you would have to wander off into the fog to explore, but it doesn't seem like it'd be that big from the outside.
If I haven't lost the guide, I shall follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hop up on a toadstool if there's one going.
Yeah.
I'm already going to stick to my suit. I don't think I can stick to a chair doubly.
With that, as you get to the bar, there is a helmet, which is this metallic. It's almost like a motorbike helmet or like a vehicle helmet, but then it's got this open area here where there's this like large piece of glass in a T shape, but quite wide, and it's almost like glowing green. And there is a large sword there as well, much bigger than yours, Kaz. And he.
This is the wig.
Not as big as Roos's, though.
No, it's not. It's genuinely not.
Massive.
Bigger than mine, smaller than Roos's.
And he's just like, oh, I thought I asked you to hide these, Hopper. And you just hear her.
Fuck's sake, Hopper.
Give me a perception check.
Oh, well, that's a natural one.
Yeah, so's mine.
Woo! For
Sorry,
an 8.
13.
10.
26.
Whoa! What you got, Skelkin?
26.
26.
No,
So,
that's not maths.
17 plus what?
That's number one.
That's not maths.
17 plus what?
9.
17 plus 9 is 26.
Yeah, I'm maths.
So, the rest of you are just taken in by this environment. And for you, I think it's because it's a taste of home and plants. And they are edible. And you can...
Oh, I am munching then.
They're not as good as the ones from home. And you imagine that's because they are on this station and having been grown in a non-natural environment. However, it's almost like a little piece of home has been terraformed here on the station. For you two, Kaz and Skelkin, you hear this and you look up, and on the roof, under one of the canopies, is an oddity. They're only about 2 foot tall, and you see them because you can see the hands first, and there are these bright green and blue frog hands. And the head is looking towards you, but the head doesn't look like a frog because it's in a spacesuit. And
But the hands are not.
the hands are not, but the rest of it is. And it just twists in an unnatural way and then just like leaps down to where the bar is. And you see, stood before you, this Ripley. It is a frog person. You've encountered a dead one before, but this time round, this one is fully alive. They have this bright green face that fills this round space helmet. It is almost like it is, you know, very chibi style. They have these massive eyes and this just like really placid smile. Their tongue goes and like
Oh, it's licking the helmet.
it does its own eye. The helmet is actually open.
Oh.
It's just in a spacesuit with no gloves and no front to it.
Oh my god.
I didn't think it would take you so long.
Uh,
Oh, it's so adorable, I'm gonna vomit!
Did we mistake Wrenn for not Wrenn?
No, this is Ren, the human.
Alright, you found me, I'm Agent Wrenn. Sorry about that outside. That was, unfortunately, just some of the local fucknuts just throwing their weight around. They saw somebody new and thought they'd take advantage. But you guys seem pretty fucking capable, if you don't mind me saying. I'm Agent Wrenn. I am a... And he quickly looks around. I'm a Starfinder, a member of the Data Files, and Historia 7 and Chiskis have let me know that I'm to assist you in an upcoming mission.
Have you got the goods?
By goods, I assume you mean some of the things that are miles and miles and miles away from where you started,
Yep.
and you beat everything to.
Yep, there's.
Yeah, nothing like thinking ahead. But if you had to leave in a rush, as I believe you did, then, you know, unfortunately that's the way things go. What we do have is intel, and we have a place for you to hide, should you need to, with Hopper's place here. This is Hopper, and this little frog just like waves his hand, and he's smaller than the log, like just literally. And
Hi, Hopper.
I,
Love one, darling. That'd be fabulous. Thank you.
Tom goes up and like grabs the bottom, and, like brings it back in.
A bottle of what?
It's
If
pink.
it's water, not having it.
It's not water. And he just like shakily hands, takes out a little shot glass and
But it's also not black and moving.
it's not, it's bright pink and
I'll
it
take
always
that
gives off a
one.
miss. It's very silky and it's very pleasant, and he just starts putting shot glasses up there and then handing it over. It's very mild. It's almost like a fruit extract, but you can tell it's been fermented slightly. This is probably some kind of jungle fruit, but you're not sure because it's not something you would have ever experienced before. It's not going to be massively alcoholic, but it's very refreshing.
Like a gin liqueur.
Yeah, something like that. And so if I'm to get this right, you guys have come here running from Dynatech Industries, but also to find out what's happening with the Deshmar silk farms.
That's correct.
Yes.
Where do you want to begin?
I want to know how. This is saying in between like celery crunches, by the way. I'm so hungry. I'd like to know like how to free them and how to stop this from happening again.
Well, from what we can gather between the agents that we've got here, is that the trade that's in place is a legal one. It is one that Dynatech offer protection from the local elements, and then your people offer silk in return. The Dynatech ships come back up from the planet with silk and then ship them back off to Absalom Station. Now, obviously, Chiskis and Historic 7 have let me in on some of the things that you have discovered, and that's kind of what we're here to investigate is, how legit that really is. We have an agent down on a reconnaissance mission at the moment. We are going to hopefully meet with him, and we will hopefully get to the bottom of this. But we're here to help you, Keelix.
Like, on paper it might sound okay, but what we saw was not that.
Exactly, and that's kind of what we want to find out, because on paper everything looks grand, but if we can prove that something wrong is going on here and something that the Aslanti Star Empire in particularly would not enjoy, that's a problem for the Pact, which in the grand scheme of things means a problem for the universe. So what we need to do is go down there and collect some hard evidence and hopefully help save your people.
I don't want my people to be enslaved like this, but I want to make sure that this doesn't. It's completely gone, and that this doesn't happen. Like, fine if we get the pact and everything, but I don't know. The Aslanti system's never really bothered much with us, but I don't want this to happen to us.
That's very true. Even the Aslanti who's supposed to be in charge of this place is null and void. She sees it as more of an insult to be posted here, so she's rarely here. And it kind of allows me to operate a bit more freely. Nobody here knows that I'm a Starfinder. I intend to keep it that way. I work for a mechanic who's on side here, and I am what you would call an undercover agent.
Sick.
Very sorry, Skullcan's gonna go piss in a bush.
There's actually a toilet down there.
Alright!
Is there a way that we can get onto Koshoria without drawing attention? I mean, Dynatech is kind of aware of who we are, and they know what we look like and stuff, and we're not the most non-conspicuous crew.
That is very true. However, the good thing for you is that Koshoria is a very, very long way away from home, and you seem to have beaten all of the information here, which is a good start. Not only that, is going onto the planet is not illegal. You are allowed to step foot down there, and it doesn't mean you have to head straight to the colony. The actual plan of attack that I had was to drop you off. Well, actually, I was going to come with you, but to take you to our informant on the ground, our reconnaissance agent, and then we will essentially let you go in on foot and proceed as you will. As far as I'm aware, Dynatech have pulled a lot of their defense teams back. I believe you might have something to do with this, but a small contingency has remained in place to defend each of the 4 settlements. But you would have to talk to the agent on the ground to know more about it.
Well, it sounds like we're in a very good position to start investigating.
I agree. I would say that you have changed the transponder logs on your ship, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. And in all fairness, we'll be landing the ship a couple of miles away and then trekking on foot from there. But apart from that, welcome to the arse end of fucking nowhere.
It's lovely.
Been a lovely welcome.
The place is a shithole. Koshoria is quite nice, but
I quite like this star station actually.
Really?
We got mugged. The second we walked on it.
I know, but it makes it exciting, don't you think?
I suppose.
You've changed it, you.
Well, I don't know. It's impressive to see people try and survive and life even in a place like this.
Even when it involves ultra-violence?
People are just trying to live, aren't they? And it's still surviving.
They got a funny way about it.
well, Kalich is not wrong realistically. Whereas this system is only really known for a few different things. So Koshoria is left quite well alone because they're Decimal are nothing really more than a curiosity to the Aslanti Star Empire. They're just seen as no offense to you personally, but a lesser people who haven't found technology.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, the Aslanti Star Empire find you more of a curiosity than anything else.
Really?
Yes, otherwise they would have colonized your planet and taken all of your resources.
Huh. They think we're less. Like,
No, they just think you're not quite. The trouble with the Aslanti is, Keelix, is that they are.
so short.
No, it's because they are very arrogant. They come from Galarion, which is a really old planet that's gone missing. They are one of the oldest human civilizations to have ever existed.
My grandmother is 10 years old. She's old.
Yeah, for a Decimal, that's old. That's very old. However, these humans are thousands of fucking years old, Keelix. They're
They must be really wrinkly.
generations, but they believe everybody else to be.
Really wrinkly.
They believe everybody else to be beneath them, so they may as well either enslave them or watch them.
That's a lot of arrogance for someone that lost their planet.
Well, they didn't. Their story is that they were the first seeders of Galarion, and they left it through Eodara, which are elven gates, and they resettled outside of there. To which then they left Galarion to the Lessers because it wasn't worth it for them anymore.
Sound like absolute asswipes.
They fucking are, and that's why we're not going to Clockworks, because that's the fucking hive of the shite.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking bullshit. But realistically, Calyx is they think they're greater than me, and they think they know more than me. Therefore, they're not bothered by you. However, there's a few other places in this system that they are interested in. Outpost Gulta is a prison moon.
I think I have seen that one at night.
Potentially, it's
Heard about it, but I don't know.
not over
anything.
Koshoria, it's over Otfor, but
I can see it.
and there's another one that was mined out completely by this unit, and he points to like the room around. Otherwise, the Aslanti don't actually control that many systems. They're just very hostile to anybody who comes in.
So thinking of using that with trying to get Dynatech out.
Well, the problem is, if Dynatech is seen as being from the Pact Worlds and have done something that breaks the law,
Yeah.
then the Aslanti are going to go on the attack. However, to seek refugee status, like apparently you have, that's not illegal. If they set up a trade with the people, then, depending on the trade, that could be legal. We need to find out if there's something illegal going on that could put the Pact at risk. If the Pact's at risk, we can shut down the operation. Save your people and stop Dynatech from having anything else that could endanger the Pact Worlds at large.
We've got to see what's down there.
I couldn't agree with you more. That is all we can do. As for getting down, we've got a couple of hours until we can take your ship. Otherwise, now's as good a time as any to get some rest in. Get a few drinks, and we leave whenever you're ready.
Alright.
Is there anything that you want to know?
What's your favourite colour?
Red.
Wonderful, thank you.
Why red?
I just kind of like it.
Ah, fair.
I think it goes with my eyes quite well. And he's got these like bright green eyes.
I concur.
How about you guys got a favourite colour?
Used to be red, actually.
Oh no shit.
But I'm branching out. I'm trying new things. So currently, TBD.
Right.
Could be my new name, TBD.
TBD.
Isn't that a drug?
I thought
Is
it was a
it?
disease.
No.
What is TBD?
Could be me, Roos. Could be me.
Well, I'm going to leave you to your thoughts for a second. Hopper, I'm going to go at the back for a second.
Can I munch more of the greenery?
And Hopper's like, maybe like there's like a small insect that like comes by. I say small, it's probably like the size of like a thing. Takes it in.
Should we get some rest then? You probably need some when you Skelkin.
I think I need more than rest.
I was going to heal you.
Now is the time.
And I believe I took the feat, which can mean
However long
that
you want.
I can actually heal through from health over to stamina.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means.
Usually you either heal health or stamina, but I took the healing feat so that it goes through from health through to stamina.
If you max out on health, it then goes into stamina.
Usually you can't heal stamina with magic or healing potions. It's literally just hit points normally, and then you have to take a rest to get stamina back.
That's sad, and you can't take all your stamina from one long rest.
No, but what Tamsin's got allows you to go up your HP and then up your stamina.
Okay.
So roll a d8. I'll let you roll a d8.
Ooh.
Or knock it on the floor.
Oh, knock it on the floor!
You can use that if you want.
It's AD8.
Yeah,
AD8
plus
plus 3.
Is it?
It's not a baby rattle.
Baby's first
No,
serum.
we're not having
Now,
Have the light one.
now.
Come on.
that. It was 1.
There you go, it's one.
Plus 3.
Really sorry, Naga. We've got to go to the
That's
list.
fine. You don't need to announce it. You can quite literally just go to the toilet like a big boy.
Have 4, and then seeing that it doesn't heal you that much, I'll use my feat for the day and give you another 5 hit points on top of that.
But my hit points are full.
Okay, now goes into your stamina.
So it is still 5.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
Here we go.
Cool.
I don't know how Skelcon would show
I think
gratitude,
knowing
but
that
it
you
would
don't
be
like being
mushy.
touched, I'm keeping you at a distance, and I'm sort of like
I wouldn't do
silk
a
knitting.
boy nod, but it would have to be something.
What's a boy nod? Ah.
You know, the universal. Yeah.
Yep.
There would be acknowledgement that wasn't affectionate.
I'll accept that. There's just in the side like a leaf being consumed. It's just like you have no idea how hungry Calyx is.
Later on, I'll make some special dish, but it won't be like.
How are you guys looking at hit points and stamina points, by the way?
I've got 1 stamina point left.
If you guys want to spend 10 minutes and spend resolve, you can heal up your stamina points.
probably will.
Or you can take the 8 hours here. It's up to you how quick you want to set off.
I mean, a long rest would be preferable for me.
It would be preferable for me as well because I'm out of spells.
Why don't you go sort out the bad guys? We'll sleep, and you.
There's
can
no
come
bad
back.
guys around here.
Okay.
Otherwise I
Tell
would.
that to Dumb and Dumber,
Dumb and Dumber.
big lads with the staffs.
Oh, damn. Yeah, they're gone now.
Yeah, I know.
Look,
You
we
said
wanna-
there's no bad guys. I said tell that. Never mind.
We're gonna take a cheeky little resty rest.
I'd like a long rest if that's all right.
We can set you up with some canopy beds so we can just you can take the loads. It doesn't really matter which way you go, but any friend of Wren's is a friend of mine.
I don't understand anything.
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
And you are covered in fur.
I am, and I'm nice and soggy. It's the one time I'm not dry.
Just dripping.
And you see, like, above, they're all, like, hammocks.
I'd love a canopy bed.
Yeah. And you guys, if you want to take 8 hours, you can take a long rest, you can click that button. Wrenn would be in and out at different parts. He doesn't seem to carry his weapons on him. He leaves them at the bar with his helmet. But he'll leave with like an array of tools for like 6 hours, and then he'll come back and he'll be covered in oil. Throw some creds on the bar, just gives them over to Hopper, and then sits down, has a little nap and such.
I think Kaz probably wouldn't take a rest because he doesn't need to.
Is that right? That you gain all of your stamina points
Yeah.
back?
Oh, it is. Oh, okay. I was confused.
Stamina heals all the way up when you take a rest.
Okay.
Hit points, you're going to get your level back.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have wasted your
They're going to get them.
It's
You
alright.
spell slots.
Most importantly, yeah, I need my spell slots back,
And you get
which
them
is
back
why I
anyway.
need the long rest. I think also during this long rest, I'm going to take out at least 2 of the staffs and proper like anime kid like.
Okay. Yeah.
It's not graceful. It's terrible. It's awful to watch.
She's beauty, she's grace. He is a he.
So, who is actually taking those, by the way?
Me.
I thought you didn't want them.
I want. Oh, a rest.
No, the shadow staffs.
Oh no, fuck the staffs. Yeah, I want a rest.
Well, they're called
I mean, I
shadow
picked up
staffs.
all
Lesser
4
shadow
of. I
staff.
picked up all 4, but I'm happy to give them to other people if
Oh,
they want.
I would, but I'm
I
literally
feel like you're just a
okay
game of
for
freaking
weapons.
Kaplunk right now where you go, I needed that. Yeah.
Is that just going to be in weapons?
Yes, it'll be in advanced melee, I believe they are.
Did you go pee in
Is that all one word?
Lesser
Like
shadow
you-
staff,
Decent
and then
human
shadow
being.
staff is one word.
Can I find it, Captain?
It could not be potentially in there. If not, I will find
It
them.
is in Hephaestus, I found.
you.
Shadow Staff is one word.
So waiting out there for like 5 minutes. Hi.
Hi.
What
So
I miss?
there's 4 of these shadow staffs. Who wants them?
No.
No.
I might have one if I can find.
The other powers
You've got
were
one, haven't you?
I've got all 4 at the moment, but I'm happy to give them to people.
If there's one going spare, I can be a weapons tester of sorts. Unless it. I mean, I'm carrying a lot of weapons. Don't worry about it.
You sure?
I'll look at it and
No.
sniff it.
I'll take one.
Yeah. So if you want to make sure that you take.
Does it do like
Yeah.
the good old staff weapon?
So when you charge it up, which takes a swift action to go between melee to range, you then press a button and this like it ignites with like a shadow energy at either end, and then you can use it as a ranged weapon.
Is it what's it called again? Lesser
Shadow staff lesser,
shadow staff.
and the shadow staff is one whole word.
TJ or THD? TTC?
Let's stick with TJ
TC?
for now. We'll work it out.
Do you want one of these?
I'll try one, sure.
Okay, catch.
You're gonna make us roll for that, aren't you?
Yeah. I want a strength, an athletics check from you. I want a dex reflex saving throw from you.
Athletics, that thing I'm really good
Yeah.
at. Where's this traitor of a dice?
I'll probably be
Athletics.
eating my jerky.
Oh, yes.
No.
My athletics is a negative, so
You rolled a to
I
throw.
rolled a 6 to throw.
I got an 11.
Ooh, what?
One's in the
Not only does it not go on target, and it just starts to spin sideways in the air, you go to jump and catch it too soon, and then it goes, you land, and it goes over you, and you hear of it landing somewhere behind you.
Sorry!
We can practice!
I'm gonna scuttle
Wait.
and try and fight.
It's not going to be too hard to find it in this room, but yeah, essentially, those of you who have the Shadow Staff Lesser, add it to your sheet, please. Make sure that you take them off so that your bulk is changed, because they are quite heavy things. And with that, you can all take your 8 hours, click the long rest if you need it. But after that, I hand over to you guys, really. Wren's just like, anytime you want to head off, just let me know. And then, unfortunately, we'll have to take your vessel down there as, well, I don't have one.
Oh. How did you get here then?
Oh, I came here via the Starfinder,
Oh.
but,
They left you here.
well, that's kind of my job. I'm an agent that keeps an eye on the Islanti outpost here.
Have we got anywhere to get breakfast, or we better get rations on the ship? Or salad?
Probably just the shit. I saw you did some oil work or something, Wrenn.
Yeah,
You got a job here at the station? Or
yeah.
or
So
just,
I work for Nut and Bolt. Well, my cover is that I work for Nut and Bolt, which is a repair shop.
Okay.
It's a little place that it's the only place here that really helps modify and upgrade ships, and also bits and bobs. But I'm quite capable with a spanner. But it's part of my cover that I work for them, and that gives me the credit. So I hand them over to Hoppy here, because realistically, I don't really need all that much.
That's good of you.
Well, it keeps my cover safe with Hopper and also with Newton.
Newton?
He runs the Nut and Bolt.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But Yeah, that's my cover. So I actually unfortunately have to do the work, or else cover blown. But I am free to go about my daily business as I see fit, and for the next few days I'm with you guys.
Well, I think everyone's about waking up, so we'll probably get going pretty soon.
Did we all take a long rest? Just in case I missed
Except Kaz, because he doesn't need it, because he's superior.
Does Hopper have any water?
I don't need a fucking...
Yeah, Hopper would have water.
Can I have a sample of water in a vial, please?
And you watch as he turns around and his hands go to like a few vines and he like moves them aside and it's just like a standard tap. It's just like part of a wall and he like and it like eventually like seeps out. Stop as it.
Is it painful?
It's probably about this big.
Thank you!
It's okay. It's not the greatest, but it'll do.
It'll do. Thank you.
What's the name of the ship system thing we're on? I've forgotten.
Outpost Z.
Outpost Z.
Well, shall we get hop? Sorry, that was really offensive. I was going to say hop to it. My deepest apologies.
No, it's absolutely fine. I don't take offense now.
Oh, well, thank you. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
Okay.
So bloody embarrassed.
Bruce quietly like, it's okay, don't worry about it.
No, not the Elvis get up with the now cape that's been added. No, that's fine.
Blood on it! No, it's the same hop to it. Okay.
But with that, if you guys are making your way back to Orion's Hope and disembarking from Outpost Z,
can I do something on the ship quickly?
Yeah.
So basically, I want to set up like a little armory because I've got a few weapons on me that I'm not using. I feel like it would
You
be
want
of
to do
benefit.
a Skyrim and debulk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is exactly what your ship was for, and there is actually
Go on,
a
Lydia.
small weapons locker in the crew quarters.
Can I get rid of that off my...
Yeah, so if you put them into...
Stash?
Yeah, into your stash rather than on your character sheet, it should take it off your book.
Okay. Stash.
I think I'm also going to put a few things in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might remove
Hold
a
my
few.
shit.
Bear in mind, when you're off the ship, you cannot just change out between the stash and your equipment.
So good.
So if you need to change things between them, now is the time.
I might have 1 or 2 rations on my person, even though I haven't put it in a stash.
Well, feel free to take them from the ship, because I think you've got the ship sheet, haven't you? It should be on there.
Ship sheet.
So, in the stash, so is that on the ship now? If it's in the stash. So there's a core hammer, a laser rifle, and a shadow staff.
And that's what you're leaving on the ship, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. As long as they're off your inventory and only in your stash.
I think so.
Okay, Alex, what's the name of your planet again?
Has your book gone down because of that?
No.
No.
Okay,
Oh yes, it has.
Yes, cool. Perfect.
My initiative is -1 now. Am I still got a condition on me? Anyway, we can discuss.
If you check your conditions, and if one of them's ticked, that's probably why. If you've still got fatigued on there.
Yep.
Yeah,
that's
that's fine. But if you've got rations and
I
stuff now,
think it
it's
got
time.
wiped off because it's.
Well, I'm pretty sure
Because
that you
I
got
can
something
see
like.
there's some stuff there, but it's got wiped.
Trinket.
Yeah.
I bought 20, but we definitely ransacked more than that.
Yeah, well, the ship was stopped as it was, and then I'm pretty sure you got like 20 or 30 sets of rations or something. Because you actively went out and bought those. I'll have to go back and watch
Yeah,
episodes to work it out.
You used a
don't know
lot
what I
getting
did
over
with
it, to be
them.
honest.
Yeah, but you know, if you want to say you've got 5 or so that you're taking with you, or whatever, that's fine. Yeah.
Enough for the group.
Yeah. So.
Does anyone else want to wear this glove? The one with the little the orb in it.
Yeah.
Why? You tired quicker?
Do you know what? I think we'd tie my outfit together as a single glove.
I've been holding this orb in my hand this entire time. So I mean,
I miss Dude. I'll hold on to him. I don't mind. We've had nice chats.
there you go.
What's the
What's
thing
the
again?
glove of storing?
It holds shit that.
It holds a
hides
singular
stuff.
item.
Oh, okay.
Oh, a singular item.
I think it might be up to a
Doesn't
bulk
like
or something.
you need a glove to do that.
Yeah, I take it
It disappears. It's like a bag of holding.
Oh, okay.
In a
That's
glove.
cool.
probably
But a
filled
singular
these
item
in
up
on
to
the
2 bulk, I think it is.
Brando wall, right?
Cool.
There's an entity in it.
So who's got that now? You wearing it?
Yeah.
And have you switched that on your character sheet?
I'm just putting that in now. And that's got the orb in it, hasn't it?
It does indeed.
What was the orb called?
Guardian Orb and then parenthesis evil.
That's the one.
Would like that tracked where that
Yeah.
is, please.
Done and done. Also, I am changing my names in my Ring of Whispers to Kate because it's proper. It can be people, places, or things.
Yeah.
Calyx, Decimar, Dynatech, Koshoria, and what was the name of the one who's vying for president of the Starfinders?
Fuck.
Fuck.
Dumbfuck.
No, just had her name in my head.
Yeah.
Stephen.
Head of my
Stephen.
All I wrote was this because
Xano.
just proof.
Xano. It is
Yeah.
in fact Xano.
Those are my 5 that is currently in the Ring of Whispers.
Cool. I'm going to write those down. So,
How close do you have to be? Like in the same star?
It's like about 60 feet range, but it's just if we're going to be looking for things. Yeah, if anyone's saying shit about us, talking smack, I want to hear
We
it.
can floor them.
Yeah.
Feeding a bit of jerky.
so Calyx, Xano, Dynatech, Koshoria, and
Xano.
Calyx, Xano, Dynatech,
Oh.
Koshoria,
Decimar.
Decimar.
Oh my god, I can't get these off my sheet.
What?
Sheet.
No,
Get off my
carry
sheet.
on.
So,
I said silk, not sheet.
you can begin putting your weapons away as you see fit on the ship. You can begin starting up the flight procedures, getting the thrusters going, getting clearance to disembark and disengage the docks from the overhead hatch that's above the crew quarters. You bring Wrenn into the ship. So yeah, it's a nice vessel, this one here. Where would you like me? I'm pretty adept at most things to do with starships, but it's up to you where you would like me to be.
We could do with another gunner.
How long is it going to take? Like 2 seconds?
No, Koshoria is probably about a day's travel away, but it's really not that
I
far.
think we can have 2 gunners.
Go
Can we
in
have
the
2
gun
gunners?
hole.
Well, you've got 2 turrets on the ship, so
So yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll be a
you,
gunner.
you and
Cool.
sweet. I'll take a turret if needs be, but other than that, I'll basically I'll help you with the navigations because once we get into Koshoria, the planet has a way of interfering with the navicoms on ships. It is a fly-by-sight kind of planet. Magic plays havoc with a lot of the instruments, so I've got the coordinates for magnetic location, and we'll go from there. Realistically, how's your flying? Who's your pilot?
I'll be the old Skulkin here.
How's your flying?
Successful?
That's all I need to know.
We're still alive.
Hey, well, it shouldn't be too much of a hard journey, but
We've got an AI as well to help us.
I would assume so with most ships.
Instruments.
And like, I think G33 would like.
What?
Hello, am I adding another member to the crew, or is
No.
Guest pass.
yes, pass?
No.
Your name is it's Wrenn, Agent Wrenn, Starfinder, status files. Hopefully, a transmission was sent with Chiskiss with my own code. Yes, it was, and confirmed. This is Agent Wrenn, who you were looking for.
Good thing G33's checking, because we didn't.
Well, in all fairness, I mean, for somebody looking for you, you stand out like a sore thumb. You are aliens in an alien world. It's only because I've been there so long, and I'm one of the only humans on this station. So when it comes to people coming in from the Pact world, especially people like,
Also, what's wrong with my face, right? Because I never got to change it. Like, it was still what I thought was normal. Like,
it's whatever skin tones you went with. Because obviously you're normally grey, but then the Aslanti are regular humans.
yeah, like I wanted to look like an Aslanti, and then like it didn't happen. But I never got a chance to change it, so that's still what I look like.
Well, I mean, you could have said every 8 hours you
Unless,
happily.
like I changed. Yeah. Did I?
But I mean, a decimal coming up here, we don't see those on the station. We only ever know that they are on Koshoria or you on Absalom.
Yeah, we don't really seem to leave the planet much.
No, you don't.
Maybe we are basic.
It's not that you're basic, but your culture resides around mysticism and around the Great Weave, the Great Tapestry. It doesn't make sense.
Don't try and make me feel better. We are basic, aren't we?
Spice.
I mean, that's not. I mean, I have no thing to say to that really. You can do things that I can't do.
You know how I feel.
Calix, if it helps at all, the basic things are the stuff that sells the best. They may be
why
basic,
Donna
but they're
take pictures?
incredibly popular.
Either way, let's make haste, shall we? And you can detach from Outpost Z, and again, because of the way that the arm comes out and you have to be like nose down against it, it's this really weird, odd look as you have to like look over your shoulder and up through the bridge view screens and see you pulling away from the station before the thrusters can engage. You have to fly down and under it and then off towards Koshoria. You can see this bright pink star, this purpley pink star at the center of this solar system, and this nebula all around you that just illuminates everything in this like really gentle glow. It's about a day's travel. If anybody needs to mark off a long rest, they can do, but I imagine that you're all back up to full right now. But it'll take you a day to get to Koshoria. Over that time, it's pretty chill. There is really no traffic in this system whatsoever. You see the odd ship come and go from Outpost Z. You don't see any coming or going from Koshoria at this point, and the only other real movement within the system is a moon several planets away. You get scan signs that there is ship movement there. And Wrenn will say, that's Outpost Gulta, that is the prison moon. That is where a lot of the Aslanti send anybody they capture and don't kill. Traitors to the Empire or ne'er-do-wells and Starfinders who may have overstepped their reach.
Were they just kept in cells there, or what? You know?
As far as I'm aware, it is as a prisoners. You are kept in cells and kept away from the greater Aslanti Star Empire. It is my intention to not visit there, nor to spend any time of my life in that shithole.
That's fair. That's fair.
If I get caught, I've not done my job right. But this, and like he points to the Navicom, and you see this planet approaching, and you can see it through the view screens as well, as you get that like classic like just part of a planet, and then this like pink and purple nebula behind it, and you just see this atmosphere that is just, it almost looks like it moves and roils with different colours and prismatic essence. And eventually you begin taking the ship down into an orbit, and then into a low orbit, and then breaking through the atmosphere. As you breach through the atmosphere, the first thing you notice is this pinky purple star in the system makes the sky here change colours as the planet's position and changes, as well your position lowers through the atmosphere. And once through the clouds, you can see verdant lands of beautiful colours. A lack of pollution is really noticeable, as the air is so beautifully clear. There are forests of the brightest colours, pinks, purples, greens, and fields of various colours. A lot of the ground is blue, but fields of pink and orange dot the surrounding areas and are filled with wild flowers of ever-changing colours. Flying creatures and wild animals roam the lands, and they begin to scatter as you descend, as if they were startled by a predator of some kind. Anyone who's watching the Navicom will notice that your readings and directions are not being read properly, and it's almost like traversing the drift. There's no real direction. You have to go via landmarks and sun direction based on the planet's orbital trajectory. An easy job for any Starfinder worth their salt. You fly towards Cassiopeia. How do you say that?
Cassiopeia.
Cassiopeia. With Agent Wrenn navigating these interesting navigational problems. And he seems to, every now and again, he like looks at an image, not like data, like an actual photograph. It's like, yeah, so you need to change your heading by 421, and then he will like bring you onto another course. And after about 4 hours, you are coming down over a large plain of blue and orange. You can settle the ship down into this area, and there's no settlements around it. It's just open land, and all the animals have scattered away because of this ship coming into land. And eventually, as you power down the ship and begin to settle, he's like, so we should be about 2 miles southeast of Cassiopeia. We've got an agent about 1.5 miles away who's currently reconnaissancing over the town. We're going to go meet him first and get any information that he might have about a closer look, as I've not been this close before myself. Ideally, we'll leave the ship here so that they don't know you are coming. I imagine they have been told what your ship looks like, at least. So I imagine, even with a different transponder name, they might notice a very same class and model approaching. So if we go on foot, meet the agent, and then we can work out a plan from there if that suits yourselves.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Cool beans.
Okay. And with that, he will wait for you guys to finish choosing the items that you want to take with you, and then disembarking.
Cool.
I think there's a weird hesitation with me getting on the planet. Like, not entirely sure. I do, obviously, but like,
I mean,
just feels different now.
Yeah, and it's definitively home. A place that you've not been for a long time now, and you can, as soon as that back hatch opens and that fresh air comes into the ship, you can smell it. Like the ground itself is just welcoming you home, and the sky for everybody else goes between blues, pinks, and purples, and they're not dark. They are like bright daytime colours at the moment. Wrenn will step out of the ship and onto this like blue ground with this orange wheatgrass that seems to just flutter in the breeze and move about gently. It's probably about up to his knees. You watch as he's putting like the 2 pistols into his holsters. He puts that big sword onto his back, and he's holding his metallic helmet underneath his arm. That's a lot nicer down here than up there.
It's beautiful.
Aye.
It's a really nice planet.
It is.
Missed it, but yeah, it just feels different.
Let's go wrap up the so it's shitting all over it then.
Yeah, we should.
Great then.
Yeah.
Hits a few things on his data pad. There's a few little beeps, and you guys can begin to make your way northwest towards where he said the location is. Probably takes you an hour because of the topography of going up and down over these various hills and rocks, and eventually you begin to rise up a small incline that you know leads to a cliff edge that seems to overlook something else that you can't quite see yet. It's dotted with many trees and bushes and a lot of wildlife. Alright, can you give me a perception check, please?
Yes. Yes, I can.
Natural, yes.
21!
Woo!
That
is a natural, yes.
An hour and a half ago, you had a beep saying that they'd made Wrenn had made planetfall. And you see them behind. Wrenn, you recognise. I mean, you know what TJ, Skelkin, Kaz, and Calyx look like. Maybe they're in different attire this time around, but you definitely know what they look like. Bruce, what does he see when he sees you?
Just a big chicken. Or a big rooster.
Yeah, but a beautiful chicken.
Yeah.
Very
Beautiful.
Those magnificent bastards.
Yes.
Yeah. Kind of like the
Chicken?
Your natural response would be,
yeah. So like big green tail. The most
Cock-a-doodle-doo.
Cock-a-doodle
stereotypical basically.
But more humanoid, wings for arms,
Yeah.
and then a huge fucking sword on their back.
Yeah.
And you see them approaching, and eventually, obviously you're hidden right now, and in a position of overwatch. At what point and how would Vorag make himself known?
He would wait until they were landed, as if to give them protection, knowing them to be friends. He would wait until the last moments to make sure they landed safely, as not to compromise anything about their landing or their approach.
Yeah.
imagine how distracted we'd be if he's like,
But yeah, as they so it's like as they approach, like so they've obviously landed like a mile and a half away, and then have walked to your position. Obviously, you're hidden in camouflage, so like as they approach, they can't see you at this point, and you can see them. How do you make yourself known?
I use like off my data pad. I use the lights and just reflect it into their eyes.
Can everybody give me a perception check?
Sunglasses
on our
on.
fucking data pads anyway, like a yo suck.
Oh my god, that's another natural one.
Oh!
You're sitting in Emily's seat.
That's what it is. It's the seeds.
It's a curse.
Oh,
21.
21. 10. Skelkin.
no.
Oh, sorry, 25.
25. Kaz.
27.
27. Nat 1 over there with
Yeah.
a total of
8.
8. Those of you above 10. You
I am
easily
above 10.
see the reflection like hit you in the eyes, and Wrenn, who actually didn't roll for, I'm pretty sure he's going to get it. Got pretty high modifier.
How many eyes does he have? Is he cheap?
2. He's got 2.
He's human.
He's human. He's like, will that be them there? And he gets a bit lower and then gets a bit quieter. And as you get towards what would be the cliff edge and these bushes and trees, he then begins to crawl so as not to create a silhouette on the cliff top. And then they go over a ridge into what is a dugout. You guys see Vorag.
Is that fucking Vor?
Fuck this shit. Bye. Goodbye. Back to the ship. fucking guy.
I just look at TJ and be like, so how was Dynatech?
I'm gonna swish my cape and start walking off in the other direction.
Come on, TJ.
No, he didn't respond to any of my texts.
I mean, I had to kind of lay low, you know.
So it's just got no
What,
reason
like
to...
what we're doing now is half of us are still going to be like not upright, I'm assuming.
So you guys, and I guess this is where I'm going to leave it where we take a break. You see Vorag, and it's like, oh shit, this is the agent. And then, so actually, Vorag, what does Roos see?
You see a sort of red-like lizard folk, very much with almost like a sand scarf up around his face. I am built like a brick shithouse, essentially in power armour, and essentially with a massive rifle that you kind of would look at and be like, okay, you know,
kind of
almost like an
You're my
armoured up
daddy
soldier.
now.
Yeah.
I'm almost like intimidated, but like
Yeah, you are.
intimidated, but like I respect you.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh yeah.
He just puts like an arm. There's my biscuit. I just put my arm out and he's like, I haven't made your acquaintance.
I'm just gonna grab it like the Batman and Robin hold, where it's like.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like that. I kind of like squeeze into it as almost to like test your metal by your
and I'll do the
like your
trump
grip. Yeah.
I'm not metal that's being tested.
No, I'll just shake your hand and be like,
yeah.
I guess you know these guys.
Alright lads, put your dicks away.
But what you guys see, Wren's like smiling, but he's like crawled up to the very edge of the cliff, and you guys are in essentially a camouflage dugout, and he like moves like a flap of what is like pink hessian that's acting as part of the camouflage for this wild area, and he takes out a pair of binoculars, essentially these like. They're like a single lens, like you know the ones in Star Wars, like the binos. They're just like a big oval lens. They look like that, but they're a bit more sleek. And he's like watching, and you see him like turning some dials. And you guys can look over, and you see down this cliff that's maybe 100 foot, and then about another mile away is a walled community. There are 4 of them. They have these high metal walls that must be 10, 15 foot thick. They are at least 30 foot high and manned. Like there are actual like guard posts on them. From your position, you can see that they are also like. In fact, actually, who's got scoped weapons?
Don't know.
Is the plasma rifle scope? I'm pretty sure.
How you know?
If it's got an attachment that's
Oh, I've
scoped.
got Cassie's rifle.
If you've got a sniper rifle, that will have a scope on it.
I've got a 10 times zoom on my camera.
That will do it.
It doesn't say sniper, but it's the one I took from her.
Yeah, it is a sniper weapon.
Yeah.
So that was it. So anybody with those particular things can give me a perception check.
Okay.
Calyx, this is definitively Cassiopeia. All four of
I
them.
think even if I nose over, even if I can't fully see, there's just a just
19.
Yep.
I don't know about you, I'm feeling 22.
Nice, 22. Nope. So, there are painted on designations on the walls. K1, K2, K3, and K4.
Not K9.
Not K9. K1, 2, 3, and 4. You know what those are, if it's explained to you, but... you know what those are if it's said to you, because you've obviously been in the...
North, south, east, and west.
Yeah. But you see, they're large settlements. Like, they're not small little dwellings, they are reasonably sized. And yeah, Wrenn just turns to Vorag and is like, so I guess, give us the details, what have you seen over the past week? And with that, we're gonna go to break. I'm gonna take 5-10 minutes, and we will see you all back with some information from Vorag.
Maybe.
Cool.
In a few minutes. Take it easy, guys.
Here at Dynatech, we care. We care about being future perfect. From healthcare to drift travel, we want to provide the very highest in quality for our customers. And part of being future perfect is knowing when you need to outsource. When it comes to 3D printing, we look to our friends, Warrior Prints 3D, your one-stop shop for anything 3D printed. From cosplay items, tabletop terrain and miniatures, to anything that you could need printing. Check them out at Warrior Prints 3D on their Instagram or warriorprints3d.etsy.com to find their Etsy store, where you can use the permanent code to the stars for a 10% discount. That's right, to the stars, all one word, for a 10% discount. And that is just one of the ways in which Dynatech truly cares.
Because we're live, we're back for part 2 of this episode, where we say risky things you will never tell, but we were.
You have no idea what was being said.
Cute little jokes with friends on the beach. Glorious time it was.
Good showers they were.
Flying too close to the sun we are. But, welcome back. James. Hi.
Hi.
Welcome back to the show.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
To
I'm
me.
so happy. Yeah, welcome back to you. I'm so happy. You can rejoin us and we can have 6.
Is it because he didn't feel like we'd said it enough? Welcome back.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that we can get you in. Alex had to sit there for like 3 weeks,
3 weeks, yeah.
just waiting
He
for
was
his
relegated for a while.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he'd also said that you wanted to come in early and watch it, but also I knew that you had been watching and had watched it back, and this was like the prime opportunity to get you back in. And I guess that's what we're going to talk about in a moment when we come back into it, because you as a crew of now the Orion's Hope, formerly the Zephyr Horizon, formerly the SS Joan, who started this journey with Vorag, who, after learning some hard truths, had stormed off in a rage when the body of his grandfather and the ghost of his grandfather was on a planet that he had no business being on there and then, all those sessions ago. And I think what you see, if we were an audience watching this, is the moment that Vorag yeets Dave from the Joan and takes off, taking the SS Joan away, and we watch as a determined Vesk with rage flies back to Vesk Prime. They approach this. First thing is a space station shaped like a dosh cow. This forge station in the Vesk Prime system. They end up going to Vesk Prime and sending a communication. You see the odd message come up, maybe from TJ, from Skelken. But even in his rage, there's just this dismissiveness of it. Like, there's a single track mind. We'd skip forward in time and you'd see, maybe without like the words, you just see like Vorag arguing with somebody, screaming and shouting at each other, spittle going everywhere. He's holding the dosh cow. It's not lit, but he's just like pointing at it and pointing at his data pad. And eventually time skips again, and we see it's almost like a military tribunal. There is this big amphitheatre-style room of dark, black, shiny stone with like gold and green trim. The room is filled with people on this like semicircular seating that looks down into an area where you see Vorag. Not wearing armor, but just wearing a flight suit, purplish with that pink trim that you're used to seeing. And there are 8 individuals. One of them sits in the center, the rest are holograms. And we would see a conversation happening, and you see Vorag now a little bit more calm, but there's still that rage in his eyes, like pointing and asking questions, holding up the Doshkow, bringing up a holo map of the Dakchi system, pointing to Avel, pointing to Terion Vesh, and then a picture of a tomb of some kind with the Demoritash symbol on it, this holy symbol of the Vesk god Demoritash, this Doshkow symbol, that everything in the Veskarium is sort of centered around, this god of war. We then see Vorag chained and shackled and taken away. We see him in a holding cell for a couple of days, a week, as time progresses forwards. And then he's brought back to the same war tribunal room, this military trial. But now the room isn't filled. There are 8 people there. Not holograms this time. They're all there in person. All of them are Vesk. They all wear amazing robes and military adornments. These big, like, tasseled shoulder pants, I guess, is like what they have. And, like, all like medals galore and ceremonial scepters and swords and doshkows. And there's one other individual in the room. Can't quite make them out. They're sat up high in the amphitheatre, but you can just make out a blue glow. Vorag's unshackled, and we see a conversation take place. There's confusion on Vorag's face. There is questions asked by these 8 other Vesk down towards Vorag. It's almost again like he's on trial, but this time it's a closed door. Then the 8, especially the one in the middle, speaks more and seems to relay more information that seems to take Vorag back a bit. You see his eyes widen with realization. You see his brow furrow with thought. And eventually, this Vesk in the center of these 8 points to this person up in the amphitheatre, and you watch as they stand and move their way down. And as they eventually get into a closer sight where Vorag can make them out, it's an android. Female android with these blue ley lines throughout her face, tied back blue hair, and these 2 Lashunta-style robotic antennae with a scream. It's a story of 7. The rest of the crew have met her, but now she's meeting with Vorag and these very 8 influential military leaders of the Veskarium. They begin to speak, this android, and they speak directly to Vorag. There is a smile, a calmness, a collectedness that you guys have all seen before, and as viewers of this like moment, there is an understanding that maybe something larger is going on here. She smiles, and Vorag furrows his brow, and you watch as this main Vesk of the 8 raises an eyebrow, and you see them maybe scoff a little bit, but also looking intently at Vorag, nods. Vorag and this android, Historia 7, shake hands, and Vorag leaves with her. And we jump back into where you guys are now, with Vorag and Wrenn overlooking your hometown, this now company town of constructed walls, in this really abstract position of being in what is such a verdant, bright planet of so many different colours, yet this abstract metallic construct of 4 towns centered around what can only be described as a field, a large plain, where some of it is meadow-like and other parts have been flattened down. I hand over to you guys as Wrenn says, so what have you got for us, Vorag? As much as it's nice and smiles to see your old friends, We can't go on just on the smiley how-do-you-dos. What have you found out over the past week?
There's the large meadow, which guys can probably see from up here, for those who are actually looking out. We've got the sort of 4 destinations. We've got about 3,000 people, give or take, in the town. You've got K1 to K4. This planet and area is definitely like sort of forest and very much wilderness. Be that of have your wits about you, you will need to survive out here. There's no backup, there's no safety net. What's here is what is here. There's definitely a lot out here that can just kill you, especially the smaller, weaker ones of us.
I'm gonna look at Roos. Watch out.
Yeah, Bruce.
Is that more of a natural situation then, or is that, are we talking a Dynatech, are we talking like beasts and feral animals, or are we like...
We're talking about the wildlife of this planet.
I mean, there is a lot here that can kill us. That's why Dynatech originally offered this protection, but you learn to live with them. They're not that bad.
You learn to live with a bird that flies overhead with tentacles, because you just see that run of the mill.
Yes.
Sounds lovely.
What? They live here as much as we do.
I mean, I guess Calyx, if anyone wasn't going to be surprised, it would be them.
I know, but this is wrong. And they're not K1 to 4. I mean, that's maybe what Dynatech calls them. The north, south, east and west.
As far as I'm aware, Cassiopeia was one collectively before.
It was.
Were you ever attacked en masse by predatorial beasts before Dynatech showed up?
I mean, there are stories of attacks and
By who though?
well, wildlife from time to time.
But not like
Not
enough
massive.
to warrant
No, not
huge
this. I mean, sometimes someone would lose a house. Sometimes, you'd find a hole in the fields and people would disappear down it. It's just,
But there was no like massacre or something.
no, we lived with them. We understand, yes, they come from the Dark Tapestry. They're not necessarily of this plane, but they never bothered us huge amounts.
Was that before or
Not this
after
much.
Dynatech came? Did they bother you that much before Dynatech said they could protect you? Can you guys even remember that far?
So made up stories, then built walls, and then said, "Oh, we did this for you."
And that's what I'm thinking too.
No,
Either that or they set it up themselves so they can seem like the good guys.
That's
Did they
what I-
disturb the nature just to ruffle your feathers?
I mean,
Or scales? Silk?
Or blancmange.
I'm quite porous actually.
It's right, Calyx. The tall folk just don't get what we're made of.
No, they don't, do they?
No.
They're too far up there.
Yeah, head in the clouds.
Atmosphere
Name
changes
3
them.
things that you both are made of.
I mean, but I can
Bones.
tell you a lot of what I'm made of after what I've seen.
But
I just kind of look and be like,
I'll just look at you like, don't ask.
To which end, Vorak, in terms of K1 through 4, or Cassiopeia, North, South, East and West, have we got any idea or positive ideas on any potential key figures?
there's an old guy, mostly hooded, walks with a limp, with humanoid shape. Can't really get a clear scope out on him. I mean, you call them North, East and West, they look more like farms. I know it's hard to hear, but
they didn't.
As in
This isn't
farming the decimal.
they very segregate them.
So just on that one, just because I want to separate something out for what
Yeah,
I
that's
sent
fine.
you. So K1, 2, 3 and 4, Vorag, you would know that they're separated into 4 different districts.
Okay.
And they are walled communities. Cassiopeia North, as you would know, or K1, what you would have seen is that essentially it's roughly about 3,000 people live there.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them are Decimar Instar, which are the larval form of Decimar, which can have an adult personality. It's just when they choose to transform, that's when they take their adult form or their Instar form. That seems to be the most active and friendliest, I guess, is the way to, more kind of natural habitation. K2 And obviously, like you've seen for K1 for a key figure, obviously this humanoid of like yellow energy seems to be a key figure there. Cassiopeia South, which has got the K2 on the wall, there is a human female who has this like red brown hair with these distorted features and Dynatech militia clothing, but there's a lot less movement in that particular district. It seems that it may be some kind of storage facility or a lot of crates come and go from there. And what you notice is that a lot of things from the other districts end up there, and then when haulers come down to take away crates, they come from K2 and go onto the ships. Cassiopeia West, or Company Town K3, you'd have seen a Shirin with blue chitinous carapace and wearing Dynatech clothing. Hard to really tell anything else from this point because Shirins look so, unfortunately, similar to each other and you can't tell genders or anything like that. Where is that one there? K3. A few larger buildings are in that district that you can see just over the walls. Crates come and go from here as well. But the buildings themselves don't seem like storage facilities. You think maybe, since they're a Decimar that enter and leave this place, this is probably where some of the silk farming is done. K4 is definitively a farming district. Specialist greenhouses have been built to create and harvest food for the Decimar in all locations. They are tended to by the larval Decimar forms, and they grow things like plant life that they eat, essentially. And it's in these like greenhouses that are designed to maintain a season all year round, so they can continuously grow what is needed to feed the Decimar the best possible nutrients for them.
Sorry, are we getting this info before I got
Yes.
we standing here this long that we can watch a day's activity?
Yeah, he's been here for a week and he will give you all of this information. And that is the one that's tended to by this like older human male with like scraggly beard and hair and walks with a limp. So you've had the Shirin, the
Yellow thing.
human female, and the human male that you can tell from this distance. They are the key pieces of information that you would have picked up on.
The leaders of each.
Yeah, you'd think that they are the key prominent people for each district.
So from where we're standing, we can't see any of this. It's just like the walls that we can see.
You can just see over the top. I mean, you would have to essentially use scopes and binos and stuff like that to be able to.
What for it?
Exactly that.
Okay. I take it for this episode. This is Emily asking this, that we're saving the reunion catch up. For
You guys can do what you want. You are currently safe and not under any threat.
I mean, Skelcon's probably going to almost need to know what's gone on, you know. How was the trip back, you know? The thing that you described of Vorak's adventure since we left, like, is that something that just for the audience?
That's just as a little...
That's not something that we would have known, so we would have to ask what's gone on.
Yeah.
You know, what's happened, why, if Starfinders clearly knew of our link, why they didn't tell us? Or they just let it be a frickin' surprise as we rocked up, even though Vorak knew that it was going to be us.
Well, I mean, I can take watch for a little bit if you want to catch up with your friends.
Vorak's data pad is broken, seeing as he doesn't even want to return any messages.
Absolutely. Can we just send an emoji?
You can do whatever you want.
I've got one here for you guys too.
You have this fucking guy.
I send a reply like, new friends, who dis?
Yeah.
New data pad.
New data pad.
There's a t-shirt, new data pad, who dis? And also the mid-title of the episode.
Did you really hate us that much?
It wasn't you guys that did anything wrong. It was my family's history that was hidden from me. It was part of our family's being. Our family's pride was just ripped from underneath us. No answers, just more questions. Questions that just burned me inside. I just had to get the answers. That was my mission.
Did you?
To a point, but at the same time, by my own, I was treated like a prisoner. They put me in a detention cell for a couple of days just to keep what I had found hidden.
I'm gonna be stood like behind, overlooking all of this. Like,
So what does that mean now?
It means I've got more questions, but a few answers.
And less allies.
Does it mean you're going to run off again?
My answer to that is no.
Because you dealt with it very badly last time, Borak, just saying.
Yes, we all
Very
dying to
bad.
know how you managed without a Dave.
Little piss boy?
We'll just-
little shit face?
We'll just say don't use the airlock.
oh man.
Okay, I'll probably ask some more questions, like not in front of everybody, but like
That's fine, especially in front of Chicken Boy.
His name is Bruce and he is a dear and trusted friend.
You mean
I'm gonna like look at you and just be like, look at your rifle. It's a laser rifle.
Oh my god, I'm steaming from like.
Sword on the shoulder, just like
smolder.
You cook any fools with that thing?
This guy?
Because I was always wondering, what's the recoil like on a laser rifle?
No, don't be friends, don't.
Reese kind of likes him.
In practice,
I mean,
none.
I'm not gonna complain.
Nice. What else you got back in there?
I've got my. You literally just see me pull out my rifle, my almost like a combat sort of rifle. But as I do it, you just see
Oh
a
my
black energy kind of roll around it.
I love that thing. Where'd you get it from?
I love that thing.
It's a family memento.
Nice. You keep
At
that
least they've
safe.
left one thing that still has pride in our family.
You've been hiding this guy.
You would also have the dosh cam.
Yeah, he's hiding it.
I didn't know if you'd actually put it on your character sheet or not.
I haven't yet, no.
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
Either way, Historia 7, who is my direct boss, says that he is all copacetic and that Vesk Prime have agreed to allow him to follow the questions. Questions we also have. Realistically, as lovely and warm as this meetup is, we do have a job to do.
Didn't give us very long.
Oh, you can have longer if you like. If you've got more questions, now's the time.
I mean,
no, you go.
You go, because mine's not important.
Okay.
You remember.
Do you know the Saki family, out of interest?
Give me a culture check. Please, Borak Kassar.
15.
So the Zaki family, yes, you would have heard of them. They are a prominent Vesk family that date back to at least the Gap. You don't know as and when from before that, but they are probably like Vesk 3, something like that. You're not sure which planet, but it's not Vesk Prime like your family. They used to be notable warriors within that, but over the past several decades, they've become more business acclimated. That's probably about the most you know about the Zaki family.
This is not the thing that you've been asking about, no?
Then, other than they've gone more into the business side of the Vesk army, not much is heard of them. Why'd you ask?
Just wondering if you knew any connections to them or anything.
We wouldn't have associated with them going and becoming part of the business community. Our family's known for soldiers, and that's it.
Yeah. Like most Vesk by the sounds of it.
Yes. Yes, we are.
got that right.
10-4.
This isn't
Call me
a new
Chicken
name,
Boy.
is it? Like,
Club,
what should I know?
motherfucker.
Keep on, you lizard.
I hate this.
TJ is looking very uncomfortable, twirling the chest hair. Chest hair.
It's like the sunglasses are on just to hide the seething.
But also filming.
Yeah, obviously.
This is a bit more of a secret mission. I think the camera should go away.
No.
Intimidation
Nice try.
check.
Well,
or is it just more of a persuasion?
100% intimidation.
I think
'cause I
I'm-
fucking failed at this.
No,
and I
I'm going to
100%
back
knew what was gonna
TJ
happen.
up
I
on
think
this
that
one.
I'm probably not going to have you roll between the party on
That's
this
fine.
one.
That's fine.
Because I think that that's just going to breed.
Yeah, no.
It's rolling. I will let you guys deal with that on an RP level,
That's
but otherwise.
We just need to make
I-
sure that it's fucking unhackable, right?
No, I think we do need the camera because we need to
We
gain
actually,
evidence
yeah, need
here,
proof.
and we need the camera.
Evidence for.
This brings me to my point, which was how much the Starfinders would have told you versus what we can fill you in on. The reason that we are here, there's many things. Long story short, as people might say, we were going to have to try and buy TJ.
Buy property.
TJ, because apparently, according to Dynatech, TJ is not their own entity. So we were trying to frantically save up money whilst also getting semi-caught up in some... We can now not return to Absalom Station. We came here immediately because of a footage that we saw showing...
I mean, my
something
people are
awful.
getting enslaved.
That,
Silk plants.
wait,
The point.
that's not right, but property.
They said I'm an AI, and I'm not an AI.
Silk
That's
farms.
established. But the more important thing is that we're here for Calyx and
Yeah, that bit we're gonna sort out.
yeah.
But
We're
that
on the
bit-
run.
Okay.
We're on the lam, son.
Yeah, we have to try and not
We
be too
can't
loud.
return.
Part of the
Say no
mission
more.
that Vorag has been sent here for as well is that obviously we believe that Dynatech is going to be trying to infiltrate the Starfinder Society. They've obviously probed at the Starfinders in the data
Oh yeah,
files
the
before,
most important one.
but obviously to build evidence and a case against having Xano become first Seeker.
Yes.
Obviously, Vorag's history and his family was, as far as I'm aware, covered up by the Vesk, and is news to him. But there was a previous Starfinder mission that somewhat unearthed it, and the data files had some information, which is why when news got through to Historia 7 that she went and personally asked for Vorag to join the data files as an agent for her. That way, information would be kept secret, while also distributed in the right ways to keep people safe. That is the whole job of the data files. If we can build the evidence against Xano and against Dynatech Industries, especially here on Koshoria, we can ensure that any universe-ending situations, magics, or items don't fall into Dynatech's hands.
I have one potential issue.
Crack on.
If what is happening here has absolutely fuck all to do with Xano.
Because she is a representative of Dynatech Industries, it
By
does not matter.
association.
By association, it does not matter. She will lose her candidate position as a nomination for First Seeker because she is under the employ of Dynatech Industries. She'll be stripped of her service in the Starfinders and removed from...
So even though, just potentially, if Xano had nothing to do with anything fuckery going on, they could be completely innocent of all of the things going on.
I mean, Xano is head of my department, ex-department. I mean, they're not the worst person, but you know, they are under the same influence. They are part of the higher board of Dynatech. They
Well-
will have their reasons to align to
But
Dynatech.
you're a dude that just wants to look at stuff, be free to travel,
Oh, Tris.
and find stuff, and actually has not a bad bone in their body, but
Yeah.
just kind of turns a blind eye. I guess it's bad that way too, even though there's no technical involvement in the bad stuff.
I'm not sure how much I trust Xano anymore. Tris is fine, but Xano...
It's not even Tris or Xano, it's a guy. It's the dude. I'm sure it's a dude.
The dude.
Which dude?
There's quite a few of them.
Dude, the map dude, the dude that likes finding it. Oh
Yeah,
shit.
that was Tris.
Yeah, that's Tris. That's my boss, my direct boss. Xano's like the head of my department. Ex-department. That's weird to say. Ex-department. I've been fired.
Well, the problem we have with Xano is that most Starfinders have a record within the data files. Kaz, Skelken, yourself, you have any mission run under the Starfinders or anything like that is kept within the data files, it's kept secret. And Historia 7 is the only person that should have access to them. Historia 7 has no information on Xano. It has been eradicated from the data files and the archive. That in itself is suspicious.
Just so I know there's other people involved, I don't like it.
Oh, there's more than likely loads and loads and loads of people involved. The problem is that she has been put forward as a candidate for First Seeker in the election and is gaining traction. If she is the candidate that is been put forward by Dynatech and is going to get, if she has access, they have access. That's the problem.
There are other chess pieces, right? They've put her forward, them forward.
Agreed.
But
And she is a
we don't know the other players.
We don't, which is why we're trying to find
so
out
we're,
now.
Blindly trying to block without showing our move.
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah.
But
This
I
is
mean,
exactly what we're doing here.
It's easier to at least do the one that we know than the ones that we don't know.
Go for the one that's on show. The rest
So
will reveal
the
themselves.
ideal situation is for us to get footage /
Yeah.
evidence without showing that it has come from us.
Yes, and that's why we need
Well,
the camera on.
If we
In
find
that case, get them down.
Yeah.
if we find evidence that puts not necessarily Xano but Dynatech as a company in a position of breaching the pact,
Yeah.
then we've got them banned to rates. The problem there is that, well, not the problem there, but the good thing there is, if that is the case, the Starfinder Society will back all 6 of you as honest and good people. We will stand by you in a trial. We will also make sure that you are well looked after. We will not let them go after you if what we know to be true is true and what we know to be false is false. You have not stolen property, I do not believe, nor does the Starfinder Society. If we can prove that they are sentient like the androids were, then they cannot be property.
Can I sense motive?
Yeah, absolutely
Like,
you can.
I'm pretty sure that he's being. I just don't know if what they've been told is true. $22.
Yeah, just going to bring up his character sheet so I can see what I've rolled. Yeah, seems to be telling the truth. Seems very genuine and very impassioned about their mission.
Are they planning on joining us or just leaving us to it?
Well, you wouldn't know that from a sense motive check, or are you asking that?
No, I'll ask that.
Oh, no, I'm here for the mission. I'm completely 100% behind you on this one. I'm here as an aid, as a tool. The data files need to be active on this mission to ascertain the validity of the evidence. If we don't, you could bring us any kind of footage and it would not hold up in court.
What does that mean?
We have to be present to validate the evidence, or else we cannot submit it as evidence.
It's like having a witness, right?
So, film by us. If you're there, fine. If you're not there, not fine.
But you're on the run from Dynatech, so that film could be doctored in any possible way. Whereas the Starfinders,
If you're there to say that it's not doctored, that's fine, even though we're also Starfinders.
but because I'm part of the data files.
Impartial.
Yes, exactly that. But also, it's our job to find corruption. That's the whole point of the data files, is to find corporate corruption and espionage.
Does anyone have any preference of where to start?
I say we walk in through the front door.
I mean, realistically, there's no reason for them to shoot on sight. As far as I'm aware, there's been any hostilities that you've seen.
No.
I'd
And-
prefer not to be shot on
You, you
sight.
did say that we've come here before the information.
Then we just choose a section and go for it.
I'd like to
And
go.
go quick
Do you-
before the information comes.
Kenix, do you have family still here?
Yes, in North.
North.
That's where I'm from, and you said that's the one that seems most.
So what?
Yeah, Q1 is
Normal.
Caterpillar North. Also, it's not illegal for you to go home. This is
No.
your
I
home.
know, but if Dynatech knows I'm here,
Oh, if there's a freaking log or a checkpoint, then.
also that
Have you seen any logs or checkpoint areas?
Can I do it? Is it like a history or a recall?
You can do a recall knowledge check. Just straight D20.
16.
is
No, it is a gated community, but there doesn't seem to be. The only things that are checked actually are crates. They are tagged, scanned, and checked in 2 ships.
is the yellow. Do they shine?
You mean the yellow humanoids?
Are they a shakalata?
They are. It doesn't say that
Yeah,
on
I was
that.
about to say.
They are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no.
We have to avoid that individual because that's the one that was with Rena.
Oh.
That I cannot remember his name.
I mean, killing is always easier than.
Oh.
Yeah, you can take
But
it
we
out.
have to avoid. He will probably have a quantum computer to Rena communication. So
And they're in one.
They're in 2,
Okay,
I
then.
believe. So we have to. It was 2, wasn't it? That. Vorag, recall knowledge.
It was 1.
Oh, they're in 1.
Yeah, I think
They're
we're
the one we
splitting up.
probably have to avoid. Attention.
Does anyone have any chloroform?
I don't think chloroform is a gaseous being.
Funnily enough.
A yellow
What is
glowing
this, Rex?
being seems to me like someone who's not going to inhale chloroform.
Or could we take the fact that we're here before the information as a boon to get ahead of the game? Is this the dude that we met at the elevator in Dynatech Industries then?
You wouldn't know because you can't see the actual individual themselves at this point. You've just been told by Vorag they are a yellow energy being. It seems likely.
But if we're making
feeling,
it
yes,
might be,
it is likely to be the
'cause
one
he did say
at
there's-
the arenas.
He made
It's-
things about
yeah.
it, didn't he?
What the
He's one of Runa's gods.
the one that I wrote his name down?
Yeah, somewhere. Maybe we take the opportunity to, if information has not got here yet,
That we
get
move
in,
fast.
have a kind of look at their lay of the land before moving on, so that we can do so more
what's
safely.
the play? We just walk in, and I mean, we won't be able to just walk around. I suppose I could say, "Hey, I'm back from Dynatech."
Yeah.
From outer space. I just walked in to come here and stuff my face.
I mean, while I'm here, I am going to be picking some salad up.
Who's going to be a fat special boy?
Which one is stealthy?
Silks to make,
Which one is
alright?
stealthy?
Do you want to find
Did you wait till I have a gross spurt, alright?
I'm sure.
That was beautiful.
You can make a recall knowledge check if you want, which is just a straight up D20.
I've got his description, but what is his
I legitimately wrote
name?
it down. It's fucked me off that I can't find it. I can't read my own writing.
I can't remember his name.
I've literally got a huge description, but no name.
I definitely wrote the name down. Not that the name is the most important. What's the cool knowledge? It's not.
No, it's just literally a straight D20 roll.
Oh, 6.
6. It's on the tip of your tongue.
Can I try and recall?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck off. 3.
Can I try and read?
Jerry the Magnificent. You're sure of it.
That's gotta be it, right? Let's try and recall.
Grey hat.
17.
Epo and Neymar.
Epo and Neymar!
Ah! They're not grey
I think
hat.
this is weighted to
No,
negative.
that was somebody else.
That was a cube.
That was Major Grey Hat.
That
with
was
a-
why I was getting confused. Cool.
So, guns blazing or
No.
Two
What?
civilians.
blades a swinging?
I mean,
Stealth to stealth them.
maybe you guys could somehow pretend to be Dynatech employees and get in the bag.
Absolutely the fuck not. Can I use my sniper rifle from here? Or not? Do I need to be
It's not a
close?
bad
I
shout.
mean, what's the range on your sniper rifle? You should have an extended range on
Not
it.
a million miles.
It's not a million miles, but you're not that far away. Sniper
would-
rifles go a long way.
Again, I would
I
argue we're not trying to cause an intergalactic war here.
Yeah, we want evidence in and out.
We're not-
Ideally, no
Can
violence
I-
and nothing
And
to.
I
How long is it
absolutely
till
do
nighttime?
not want to just keep
Or is there a
lying.
nighttime?
I hate
2 seconds left.
being in a position where I have to just keep lying.
We can't also shoot our way through everything.
We don't need to mention
I'm
the
not
word
being there
at all.
to shoot, just to shoot. I'm being there to shoot if there's trouble. I do not want to be put in the position all the time where I have to lie. So I will save your asses if they need to be saving.
As for your question, Vorag, you're probably about 2 hours away from nightfall. And you would know as well that nightfall here is still quite a bright sky. There are moons and there are satellites that create their own light, but the nebula around and this pink star in the atmosphere creates this really dark red night sky, and it goes between purples and reds. It's really quite beautiful against the different colours on the ground.
I mean, we could go at what they call evening, dark time. It doesn't go completely dark, but I mean, we'd still be able to at least partially see.
It's quite pretty.
So it'd be long. So that'd be your standard range, and then there'll be like an up to 500 or an up to something if you use a move action to aim. But I will have a look at that in a minute.
Technically, according to the folks here, you're still poster boy.
I can at least just walk in, and I can say that you guys are with me.
You've got a personal Hostoki filming to show the wonders of Koshoria.
What bodyguards.
Exactly.
So we
again,
can get in.
The dynamic Starfinder Dynatech.
Somehow, I don't know, if we can sort of distract those who would be possibly of more trouble.
This is all assuming we run into them.
You guys can possibly try and find where these farms are. We can try and find information. I mean, I'm trying very hard to remember what you were saying. So 4 is greenhouses, 3 is shipping.
Mm-hmm. No. So 1 is the main district, like the kind of like, if you want to live anywhere, that's like a town. Mm-hmm. 2 is Cassiopeia South. This seems to be a very quiet district where it seems to be storage facilities, and a lot of the crates come and go from all districts, and then from there 2 ships.
I had the same thing in my head that you did.
Yeah.
And then 3 is west, which
come and go from.
A lot of the larval states come and go from, and there are large facilities that you imagine to be the silk farms. And then K4, which is east, is the farming district where they've got all these like bio greenhouses and stuff.
So I think it's likely that if anything's happening, it's going to be in 2 or 3, to the south and west.
I mean, it's easier to hide stuff in a busier place, but
also easy to be seen.
It's easier to be seen with there's less people.
I mean,
the other problem there is, with your people, if they knew something was wrong, would they actively still produce silk, or would they stop? Would they the kind of people that would be forced into doing this, or does it seem like they're happy enough and that maybe they don't know what's going on?
I mean, when we're stressed and everything, I mean, we can still produce silk, but it's not good quality. But, I mean, the ones we saw in the video didn't look... I mean, they might have been sedated or don't know what's going on. And like you said, I mean, our people are basic. It is true. We're...
I don't remember calling you basic. I said that the Aslanti think that you're lesser people. Well, fuck me, lad. Fuck me, lad. I'll fucking... Don't put words in my mouth.
No, but you're right, though. We are. We don't know what's going on. We're so stuck on our own planet. We don't have any idea about the rest of the world. We're so used. And we're so just here, and...
But... I guess my question is if they knew something was going on, or if you were being enslaved, would they still be producing, or is it a case that maybe on the surface they don't know something's happening?
I get the feeling they don't know. It's not in our nature, really, to be...
So we go in all innocent. We're just here for the visit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then all we have to do is wait for the Dynatech officials to weed themselves out. If they're going to make a move, let them make the first move.
We have the advantage of time for once.
Yeah, I mean, you guys made it here in a quicker time than we anticipated, and you know, Vorag's only been here a week.
Lazy son of a bitch.
I would like to be back up just in case, because I know how sneaky they are. I'm not planning for things to go badly, but I
think as long as you're inside the walls, though, if you're going to do this.
You are about 1.5 miles away.
We can go before we get the information as well. We've also got knowledge on our side, whereas they're a bit more in the dark.
Within the walls.
If we leave it too long, they'll end up just having the information. It's just going to put our advantage at a risk.
Yeah, we should go sooner rather than later.
Either go now, or we're just going to end up risking more innocent lives.
So we get inside, we try and find information, and I can probably act as a distraction if you guys want to like sneak around or anything.
If we use you as a distraction as being a poster boy for Dynatech,
exactly.
Everyone's going to be more busy focusing on you than what anyone else is doing.
That's my point. So I can act, I can be a distraction, and you guys can I can try and find information, but it would be best if you guys can.
What do we think the likelihood is of a Dynatech employee actually recognising Calyx out of all of
You saying all
Well-
Deskmar look the same?
I mean, we probably do. I'm saying that they'd probably be a little bit racist if they don't respect you as a race.
To be fair, I think if who we think is here, we've met them face to face, so would know. There might be Dynatech. Probably there would be at least a recognition. I think of it's that guy.
But also, you'd be recognised.
Not me. I don't think so. I think little Hastoki. I've got the benefit of property.
You don't think that they'd question Hastoki not knowing?
Not if I'm affiliated
If-
as PA.
He
You're
can
not
come with me
affiliated.
if I
Caelan.
use
They
him
don't-
in the way that Hastoki is supposed to be used. I will apologise in advance, but
I'm gonna.
it
What I'm
does
gonna do,
mean-
Kelix. I'm gonna write down for you my actual number so that you can address me by that.
okay.
So I have here.
Yes, but I mean that's what they'll expect. That's the point. Hastoki are the new line. The Hastoki are the new product they will want to be shipping it
My
off.
brain just does not work the same as yours. I'm going to have to trust you because I don't believe you.
I think at this point, trust is what we have, and I know I've broken that trust by running off.
Oh, you ain't done
But-
shit to me.
Yeah, but at least you left us
But-
a toilet because honestly, I couldn't do what you did.
But
We
I
had
think
one
at
on the
this
home
time we've
anyway.
got to put the trust in each other, and we've got to protect these people, not just for them, not just for Calyx, but we've got to get this recorded.
We have, but also.
And if we can break
down
Dynatech, we may be able to help TJ escape as well, and the Hastoki.
Well, I'm planting seeds in that direction to get my my brothers to rise up, but you know, I've got to get some better signal. I've got loads of posters and drafts that are ready to go out.
Hey, Kaz.
Yeah, what's up?
Why are you so quiet?
Well, you guys are all planning it out. I'm just keeping an eye out, to be honest.
Give me a perception check.
He's keeping an eye out with his eyes closed.
The wrong direction. That.
Keep an eye out on Borag's arse.
14.
This is a Vesk sounds.
As night and dusk is beginning to settle and it's getting dark around, you do hear that there are more like in the distances.
I hate
You hear
That's
different
fucking
like
good.
you hear like different. I don't have one, so I don't think I can do it. But now I'm determined to find something. I wonder if there's a way. Out somewhere in
Nice.
in the tree line, somewhere maybe like a mile away, and then you just hear like. For you, Vorag, you've been here a week in the same position, camouflaged and waiting, and the beasts at night, especially as you now see the bioluminescence of trees beginning to glow. Very much like, you know, in Avatar when, like, as soon as you touch it, it's like, zoom, 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 zoom. But the whole forests that you see in the distance, the fields themselves even begin to, like, little fireflies start to rise. And you see, like, twinkling of different colours in tree lines that you're not sure if it's fireflies, if it's another plant, if it's an animal. But this planet comes to life. I mean, you saw beasts in the daytime running across the fields, like, you know, six-legged, tall-necked, things with antlers and 20 eyes, and these crazy, like, wild animals that are all, like, running in packs from the ship. But nighttime comes, and with it come the apex predators.
We should probably move towards Cassiopeia anyway. I mean, at least it's got walls.
If we're going to move, we need to do it now. Or we go back to the ship and stay there until daytime. But
No, don't.
things are getting rowdy out there.
I would possibly advise that we leave the ship where it is, as if we need an escape, that's our escape, rather than landing it in there. And he points off over the cliff, like a mile and a half way to Cassiopeia, and he's like, if we land it there and they do have information on you, then
I just mean using it as cover.
Oh, for sure.
Because we can't stay over here on this cliff.
I think we should go down to Cassiopeia.
That's fine. I'm fine with that.
Let's load up and roll out.
Yeah, and
Oh,
between
I love that. Load up and roll out. God damn.
It's, flying a long way from home, ain't you, fella? And with that, you and
I think you could make some money on a photo shoot.
Wrenn can attach your ascension cables to the cliff and just begin to lock onto them and just like basically abseil down, leaving the cables there, where the rest of you can follow down with ease, where you get to the bottom of this plateau and then can essentially walk across these pink and orange fields of grass and wild flowers. That there are moths and butterflies and insects of so many different things that just this is what you remember, this particular area. The temperature is that of a cool night sky in spring, and although it's definitely during the day a bit warmer, maybe in like the 40 degree mark to 30 degree mark, like somewhere in there it's like could be uncomfortable, but you're probably all right with it. Whereas nighttime it drops to like 15 to 20, and it's a discernible drop. The insects all come out, and you can hear the chirping of insects and other animals moving around. Can you all give me a perception check, please?
Perception.
Yeah, sure.
Great.
Oh no.
22.
Okie dokie.
23.
14.
27.
Vorg, you're getting an automatic pass on this.
Go.
Woohoo! 14. Cool. You all pretty much succeed at a check to notice that there is a river that intersects Cassiopeia North and Cassiopeia East. So that's 1 and 4. This river, you've seen it from a distance, is marked for miles with these like silk bunting flags that drape into the water that create, as they erode away, this silken like river that glows at nighttime with this beautiful silver effervescence. It almost looks like a magical ethereal river at nighttime, and you move your way towards it and it's just stunning.
Oh, get lost.
As a fly goes in front of Skelpin's face.
Is it moth? I hate moths.
Uh-oh! You're on a planet full of them!
Oh no!
Mothman! And you begin making your way towards the 4 towns. The first thing, as you get to within probably 500 feet, is a light comes on from a watchtower, and it directly onto where you guys are, and it follows you. It's definitively seen you, and nothing said, nothing shouted.
Keep walking like we're supposed to be here.
Make sure I'm unarmed. Just. Sort of free.
It follows you for like about 30 seconds, and then it starts scanning the horizon and just leaves you guys alone as you approach from what would be the southeast, I believe it is. And the walls themselves easily like 30 to 50 foot, the towers especially on top of those, and you can see there aren't many. There's probably like one person in each of these towers, and then every now and again somebody walks across one of the catwalks, and nobody says anything. You get to the point where you are now between 2 of the walls, and you see this massive K2 on one of them. You see like this huge painted on letters and numbers, and eventually you get to what is a meadow in the middle of these 4 walled areas. You can see that there are massive blast doors almost to each individual settlement, but in the middle is this open field where a lot of it is now this very compacted blue soil with like sandstone rocks all over the place, but then there's part of it's like patchy meadows where once this was probably like a verdant field and a mile long at least, but you can see that ships have been landing here and have caused a flattened area. You obviously know this to be the Fields of Flight. This is a central area to the Decimar, and is central to all 4 of the locations. Nobody approaches you. Nobody's currently out here.
Burnt out a lot of the grass here.
Ship landings will do that.
I think on the way here, I've been like weaving little binary tree patches that they'll be saying things like, "Do you need any help?" Are things actually as they are supposed to be here?
Yeah.
And I'm weaving about 3 of those. So.
Cool. But you stand there in the fields of flight, and you have a choice to make. There are 4 different gateways to each individual.
We were going to one, weren't we, to your family? That was
going north.
That was a priority. Skalcon is going to follow, not have any preferences, back up only.
Awesome.
Okay.
And with that, you make your way towards K1 Cassiopeia North. And as you get to this large 50-foot blast door gate, it just starts opening up for you. It opens to be about 10 foot tall, and a individual walks out. They are a dwarven male, very young, very short cropped but square beard. It is braided at the sides but not at the front. Then they have this like slick back hair, and they wear black militia. They have a pauldron that has the Dynatech logo on it, and another one that has a target on it. Bruce, you definitively know this to be the Dynatech defense team uniform. But they just walk out, and there's like a light behind them, and it's like, "Hey, welcome to Cassiopeia North. How can we help you? Come on in. Get out of the danger zone, as we call it at night time."
Oh, thank you very much. Very kind. I am Calyx of Dynatech, but I've come from the main station. This here is my Hastoki, T4862.
But you can call me Squeaks.
He's one of the new top-of-the-line Hastoki, you may have heard from Dynatech, and these are my guards here to help. I'm returning home.
Well, it's nice to have you here. Welcome back home. Let's get inside before anything turns up. I'm amazed you made it across the fields without being attacked by something.
Yes, no, very, very good. Thank you for your protection.
My pleasure. Welcome home.
Okay.
And you guys can just stroll in through the
I'm
gate.
gonna pull out my sword and I'm just gonna smack one.
Can I do like a bluff check and be like, package secure behind gates, just to kind of reinforce the thing that we're moving?
Absolutely. Give me a bluff check. You will get a bonus to this.
24.
Oh! Yeah. I'll give them a second bonus, but yeah. You're like package secure, and the gate. When you go inside, what you see is Calyx, you know what this looks like, 'cause you've been here before. Where there were these like homes that were once natural and made out of the various
woods and muds
yeah,
and grasses.
Exactly, is now stack buildings of metal. They are quite literally habitation pods that have been stacked up on top of each other to create a makeshift shanty town of unnatural elements. There are Decimar walking around in many different silken attires, and some of them wear ones that have been dyed with local plant life, other ones have been left completely white or completely silver. There are some that are really small and look really young. There are other ones that are looking like they are maybe quite large, or like it's uncomfortable and ungainly in how they move. A lot of the instars, like Calyx that you see, though, are going about their business. A lot of them sit outside underneath the night sky and are eating a leaf of some kind that's now glowing with this bioluminescence. Other ones sit there and weave with different silks, creating stories and images on this essentially embroidery wheels of like, yeah, is it embroidery wheel? The things that you do embroidery around? Hoops. But essentially that, with silks that they then dye with flowers, or they interweave different bits of like the local nature into them. There are a couple of imargos, which are these adult form Decimar that have these 4 wings that are beautiful, like a butterfly's wings. They have 4 arms, they're very thin and spindly, but they are essentially humanoid moths. They stand about 6 foot tall, and they flutter around and they go into houses, and maybe some clutch an egg of some kind, and then they go inside a habitation pod, and it's a weird sci-fi rusty metal town in the middle of a wild plantation area. No, the guy who lets you in just lets you in, and then goes back to like a little post, and then doesn't say anything.
Well, welcome to Cassiopeia, guys.
It's nice.
It was great.
It's lovely.
How do you feel being home?
This isn't. I don't know.
Is it different from when you remember it?
Yeah, the metal was. I mean, they built the walls really fast, and see, they built all the habitations fast as well. It's weird that it's all metal. But it's nice to see other Decimar, and it's nice to see all the silk and the salad. I don't know, I don't feel... It feels weird.
Well, maybe if we find your family, you might feel a bit better. Do you know where to start looking?
Pick a number.
I do, but
Calyx.
I'm scared, in all honesty. But pick a number.
Between 1 and 40.
24.
Okay, carry on.
Okay.
It's normal to be scared, Calyx. I mean, a lot's obviously changed since you've been gone, and you've got information that maybe others here don't, and that does change things. I know, but
he would, wouldn't you?
yeah.
It's okay to be scared sometimes.
Shut up! What do you know?
As I just put TJ out there, go in, and that's how sometimes we can find the bravery to get through and pull things together, because us being scared means that we care.
It's funny that coming from you. Maybe
Or
that we don't shout
lose
at people.
everything that's dear to you. Never fear anything again, because you got nothing to lose.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't like that.
Sorry, I'll take it back.
I relate.
Okay.
Should we go find your
Go on,
family
go
and
on,
maybe
yeah.
some salad?
Well, as you guys
Yeah,
are
I'd like that actually now.
turning around in this moment, Calyx, you hear a voice. Calyx! Calyx! And you turn around and you see another Decimar Instar. Not unlike Calyx, but they've got like purple mottle bits on their face, and they've got like one black of these like axolotl style frills on their head.
Yeah.
And you see Garou, who is one of your 40 siblings.
Look, guys, this is my older brother.
Calyx! And they
Oh, well, yeah. I'll come squiggling over.
and they just embrace you and they're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's amazing to see you. What are you doing back? Oh, it's so cool. Oh, you'll have, Mum's gonna be so happy.
I know. I needed to come back. I wanted to say hi to everyone. I've got so many stories. And sorry, these are my friends. Bodyguard friends. They are my friends. And yeah, I've got so many things to say and so many things to talk about. And I'd love to come and see everyone.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Friends of Calyx and friends of ours. And they turn around and they're like holding your hand. And
I am
just, like,
happily holding their hand back.
And they're wearing it's like a silk vest that hangs down and then trails out over the back of this back end that the Decimar Instars have. And they wear these tiny little silken socks as well. And they are just
Iron those up.
elated.
Only socks and a vest.
They are elated to see you, and they will lead you throughout Cassiopeia North, and it is quite some way. I mean, this whole settlement can hold about 3,000 people, and you are led to a large stack of habitation pods that is just covered in silken art. There is pictures of mountains, trees, forests, rivers. There are little triangle prayers that have been left, and some of them have images of a Decimar face with different colorings, one of them being Calyx. And there are about 39 other Decimar silkworms here that are crawling out of the windows and up the walls and out of the doors. And they're like, Kenix! And that is probably where we're going to leave tonight's episode. Because...
Worms.
Exactly that.
But cute.
Yeah, we're going to shut it down there so that we are ready to meet all 40 of these named individuals.
Get ready to remember names.
Woo! Oh no, I've got them. And they're all numbered, which is why we did that.
I see.
As you guys make it to Koshoria.
See who did meet first.
Yep, exactly that, and it was Garo. Hopefully, we'll see where this all goes next week and find out why it's so easy to get in here and why nothing's wrong.
Everything's fine.
Nothing is wrong.
As for anybody watching here on Twitch, thank you so much. It's great to have James back.
Welcome back.
Anybody who maybe is tuning in at later episodes, go back to the start. See how Vorag left. See how angry he got.
See why TJ is being assaulted.
Yeah, find out why TJ.
Stucky never forgets.
Twice scorned. Guys, thank you so much.
Never overhaul.
We love you. Thank you for sticking around, and hopefully we'll see you next week. Until then, take it easy. May this dice god be ever in your favour.
See you later.
Bye.